Welcome to Tuber Chat, whether you're working on your first... I can't even begin to tell you. I don't know why I didn't notice until right before we started the handles. Oh my dear goodness. We are gonna trip over ourselves like you've never seen today, but we'll try again. Welcome to Tuber Chat, whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond. You've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a longtime dear friend. She's just past 10,000 subscribers. Gloria's Platter is somebody who's been with us for probably 5 years by now, almost from the very beginning of Tuber Chat. And she still comes in as often as possible. You can see we're on episode 888 today. That is no joke, over 5.5 years. And Gloria's Platter has something special for us today, a premiere that she's going to run. You see it right here, right after Tuber Chat in about 3 hours from now. This creator has always been a dynamic host. She does a great job of engaging the audience. Her enthusiasm comes through in the reactions of the people featured in her videos. The last couple of videos that I watched are challenges, almost like reactions here. And Gloria's Platter's always been great at remembering to give a call to action to everybody in the audience that's watching her videos. So Gloria's Platter has come a long way, obviously, since starting with us, and before that, but let's just say 5 years ago. This creator has cooked and baked a lot of very delicious looking meals and dishes, and one of the things that she does exceptionally well is live stream. She's done some collaborations with other people, but Gloria's Platter is somebody who gives us literally, pardon the pun, but a meat and potatoes version of a live stream. She puts a lot of consideration into the prep, getting everything ready so that the videos as live streams can be, here we go, let's start making something, and then she engages the audience all the way along. So it's been a while since I've caught her for a live stream. She's got shorts on the channel. Look, my favorite thing, pizza right there. And let's see how these have been doing for her. 18,000, 32,000, 44,000, which is great to see. And she's got a bit of variety in there mixed in with some of the cooking videos. And hopefully everybody will connect with Gloria's Platter. We'd love to get that 10,000 solidified, although I'm pretty sure she's already got it. And then we'll take a better look at the channel in about 3 hours when we go and visit that premiere. We did have a raid come in from Jessie Journals and Unboxes, so thank you for that. She actually moved a premiere specifically to be before Tuber Chat so she could do that today, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And she's done that kind of thing before. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get our first channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So I'll ask for everybody's patience today, as I imagine this day would come with the handles in the chat. And I thought maybe Jason and I were going to escape it because his channel is a branded channel similar to Tuber Chat. They used to force us into this thing where we had to start branded channels. And it only went on for a little while. I'd say less than a year. I can't remember how long it was. And I've been dreading the day because I like to call out channels by their name. And it's only going to be a spy to say hello to everyone. If I get your name wrong, just please give us a nudge. Let me know. I will try to remember to associate these things together. But I know Mark the Shark's in the house. The Stock Explorer needs to be added to the wheel. So I'm going to do that right away. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But the wheel is open to everyone. And over the course of today's stream, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Like I said, we got 3 hours to go. I know on the last stream, I did a really good job of like talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And I can always tell at the end of the stream by how many channels I've actually put on the screen, if that makes any sense, because I keep statistics. But I am going to do my best to get through channels and keep the story time to a minimum. Thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. Yeah, we did have some activity in the chat as well, so thank you for this overwhelmingly exciting beginning. I will try to catch up. Forgive me because I'm going to be way behind with introductions as well. I'll just ask if everybody's active in the chat. I'll be able to say hello to you. Real for Life, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And like I said, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged over the course of the stream. Have Fun in Nature is here, of course. Michael's Adventures, our dear friend, he's going to drop a premiere at 8 o'clock. He's on every single day. Crafty Witch 232 is here. She'll likely be on tonight. Andy, did I see you on live stream this morning? It couldn't have been this morning. It was yesterday. I believe I saw you on panel with a few other people. I recognized the voice, and then I looked, yeah. But I was working on the computer, so I'm not sure if I'm right about that. Calisthenics Life, New York City. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for what I think is the first time. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. The Siberian Wind is here as well. And then Palazzo Play. Forgive me if I already know the channel, but now am unsure about the name, because when we see these handles in the chat, today's the first day that we're seeing that on this channel. So I don't know everybody's handles off by heart. Most of them are easy to associate, but not every single one. And then Oki's Eden, good to see you in the house. Mr. Shelton TV is here from the UK. Handicapped Traveler has a couple of channels. They're with us just about every day. Living Skies Vintage, thank you for the gifted memberships as well. My goodness, a handful of them. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to get them on the screen right after Real for Life and Cove Action. I know that's Cove Action Travel. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. We're going to get them onto the screen right after Living Skies Vintage. And then, my dear goodness, are we moving? Sports with Wolfie picked up one of those gifted memberships. My dear goodness. Ace Flaw 1 is Andy. He's been with me about 6 years as well. And yeah, Mac Movement. Oh, sorry, I got your... They just picked up one of those gifted memberships as well. Cove Action, I got to get onto the wheel. My copy and paste doesn't want to work quite as well as I wish it would. It's likely my fault, but you know what I mean. And that's right. And yes, happy day after Thanksgiving to all our American friends. Andy knows Canada. We had our Thanksgiving a month ago. I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada. And we always enjoy family time and a nice, overly abundant meal. Nikki Silver Stacker is here. I'll put them on the wheel right now. I'll get moving, I promise, in another moment. I just want to try to catch up and say hello to everyone if possible. Calisthenics Life New York City is at 285, so more than halfway to your 500 goal. And Mark the Shark, my dear friend, there it is. Much love and aloha. Hopefully my camera's looking a little bit better. At one point, tiny little things to try to get the look a little bit better. Janine 9, good to see you in the house. Is that Janine's Life? And forgive me if I'm mistaken. Brooklyn Beauty TV is here. Have Fun in Nature. I think I said hello. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. Yeah, the Siberian Wind, the handles, as soon as I saw it, I was like, no, please, no. But it's okay. We'll be fine, I'm sure. It'll just take me a moment to adjust, and I just hope nobody feels forgotten if I look at your handle but forget which channel name is associated with it. It's just we can't remember everybody's handles and names and videos and all the things we got to remember when it's hundreds and hundreds, right? Living Skies Vintage. Yes, I like to joke that I'm probably older than everybody thinks I am. Although somebody caught me and said something about, like, well, you know, it's his age, they said the other day. I was like, what? Well, maybe it's starting to show. And I will, I'm just taking a second to go through the chat to hopefully not miss anyone. Oh, with Greenland Quilter Katie. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was yesterday. I've heard the voice say hi, Kevin, but I wasn't looking at the screen right at that moment. I have two screens, right? So I'm like back and forth. And I heard the hi, Kevin, and then I looked over, and it took me a second to be like, hold on, that's Crafty Witch 232. Because I don't think I've seen her on Greenland Quilter Katie or anybody else's. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen Crafty Witch 232 collaborating with somebody else on their channel. I've seen her do that on her own channel. Nikki Silver Stacker, thank you for the super chat as well. We're going to get your channel on right after Cove Action. Just Jason Keto's on the screen right now. Oh, Love to Travel with Wave is in the house. And, yeah, the Siberian Wind, the thing about gifted memberships is YouTube distributes them randomly. They always have, but they've really widened it now where the person who gifts the membership can't pick who gets them. The host of the channel the memberships are gifted on can't pick who gets them. They just go out, and the oddest thing about it, and if that's a word, my... Oh, next Thursday's Thanksgiving. I've been telling people for 2 days that it's Thanksgiving. I saw something yesterday that was like, what are we thankful for? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I didn't say anything. Oh, it's next week. My dear goodness. That's a late one. That's a late one for our American friends then. And I should know that, so thank you. And then, yes, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm dancing between different things. But Living Skies Vintage, YouTube distributes those gifted memberships even to channels who've never been on your channel before, or accounts that have never been on your channel before. It's really, really weird that they would do that, but I guess it's an exposure thing. Hugo Homestead, good to see you in the house. You know, I give a lot of credit, as it is due, and never enough actually, to Scratch and PPA, but you can see what I mean about the fact that our moderator in our streams 850 times or close to it for the entirety of the stream, you know, and I don't expect that from anybody at all. I do appreciate it, but he's like paying attention, helping, catching the mistakes that I miss. You know, all of our moderators try to do that, but I just want to point that out and commend him if you haven't already seen him. Black Guns and Gardens, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. My gosh, are we flying today? So thank you, everybody. This is a really overwhelming beginning. I promised I was going to get through channels, and I've spent almost 20 minutes doing introductions here. Love to Travel with Wave. I'm going to have you up after Nikki Silver Stacker. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel right after. Martin Miller 105. I know I saw you in Jesse, so thank you for coming in. John Paul. Good to have you here. Oh, I could be wrong about that. Maybe you were here in our chat before we started, but I saw you mentioning Jessie. She dropped a raid on us right as we started. The Bud Files is here. They've been with us for probably 5 years as well. Jason's been here for what he says is 2.5. I thought it was a little bit longer than that. What did you say last night? I think you said it was about 2.5. There's Kelly from My Bring It Every Day. She's been with us for so many years, I've lost track. I'm not sure if she's been with us for 5 years or not. It's 4 for sure, maybe 5. And Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Sifting soil, sifting some soil and more. Good to see you here. So let's get to it. Just Jason Keto up on the screen is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living. He's also a beloved and dedicated moderator. Happens to be a member. He's got a premiere coming up. I hope I didn't... Oh, I hope I wasn't confusing in that glorious platter we're going to raid into tonight. Unless Jason might have another video that we're going to raid for Monday. I was going to actually message you about it, and I didn't think of it. So I'm unsure, and forgive me, Jason, if you have another video that we're going to raid into on Monday, or if I wasn't, I may not have been clear when I said that today's we have Glorious Platter. I try to mix that up. Anybody's free to ask for a raid anytime. The best idea is to message me on Instagram so that I can coordinate in this and that. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. But we love to spread the love and well. Oh, so there we go. Okay, so Just Jason Keto's going to do a premiere tonight anyway, right after Tuber Chat. So at 8 o'clock. So there's quite a bit of content. Michael will be on, Glorious Platter will be on, Jason will be on. But one of the things that, you know, you don't need me to say it, but is so great about the idea of YouTube is we're not going to miss each other's stuff. It's nice if we can catch everything live, but even if we don't, there's replays to watch, right? And Just Jason Keto is going to give us a lot of recipes and product reviews. So he's got a recipe tonight. He's very well known for these chaffles, actually. So this is probably somewhere beyond 100 chaffle recipes for this creator, but he's done tons of other recipes. Everything is healthy eating and healthy living on this channel. He inspires us before we even get into the content. He updates his banner regularly. And this creator can help us make sense of the ingredients in those product reviews or in recipes. He does a small amount of variety. He's got a second channel set up now to take that over. But he's done a hummingbird cam video every year. Once in a while, he'll unbox a GoPro or take us on a look around a different city if he's visiting. And he does traditional product reviews as well, like this air fryer, and he's done a few recipes there. And then other things we might find around the kitchen that are going to help us. He's been known to head out hundreds of miles away to get informative content from places like Keto Palooza, and he's got lots of guests, pardon me, on his channel as well. And they share their insights, their tips, their tricks when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Jason is live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. So he was live last night. We were enjoying that. Sometimes it's Jason just himself giving us some Q&A and a chance to get to know him, talk some keto and talk some YouTube. But he's often got guests. There's Rockin' Coach Amy. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. He's had plenty of other guests on the channel. I know Matt and Mouse is in here today. He had a homestead hangout last year that was a little bit different. He's always thinking about different ideas to engage the audience. And cook-along live streams he's done a few times, even with a multicam setup, and he's got a vibrant community that helps with questions and comments when we have them in the chat whenever he's premiering or live streaming. Shorts on this channel have done really well, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 and beyond. And one of these, which I've seen, has 22,000. That one's a traditional short, so I think it's only 15 seconds, but I promise you it's worth a watch. Fuzzy Adventures 1990, good to see you in the house. Gloria Cole, for you, good to have you here. For maybe the first time, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. And then it is time for me to spin the wheel, so let's get that happen. Oh, pardon me. I'm way ahead of myself. I shouldn't have spun the wheel. It's okay. We'll get a name off the wheel. We'll put it in our list. Real for Life is going to come up, actually, after a few channels, though. Oh, never mind. Pardon me. Okay, I'm back and forth 100 times. Yes, we're doing it. No, we're not doing it. Real for Life is coming up right away, as it is, and nothing's registering in our event list, unfortunately. Oh, pardon me. I'm stuck now. One of our... Oh, there it is right now. Yeah, they gifted a membership. Pardon me, it is showing up in Labs. And there's a thing at the bottom middle of the screen that you see. It's a list of the different things that have happened, like super chats and memberships. So the thing is, they don't always work 100% of the time. Luckily, it did this time. So we've got Real for Life coming up. Let's get them ready. I see Face the Ace is in the house. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. It's hard to believe that I wasn't already connected to Real for Life. I think this must be the first time we're putting this channel on the screen, so thank you for that gifted membership. We always put membership gifters and super chatters on the screen right away, but I think this is the first time they've been on the screen. So I know they've been connected to us for a while. Now we will be connected. Now, I don't typically watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take this latest video, luckily it's a long one, and I'll put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of this video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And, of course, Tim Mitchell has come in. He's been here for a while today, but dropping a handful of memberships. He's done that countless times before. And I certainly do appreciate it. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but that means we'll get Tim Mitchell up on the screen right after Love to Travel with Wave. Right now, Living Skies Vintage is going to come up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And thank you, Kendra. Consume the goodness. I'm not sure if I said hello earlier. I can't for the life of me remember who I said hello to sometimes. And then, yes, hopefully we'll see you later, but hopefully you do what you need to rest and feel better. Stay Stace, I've got you on the wheel if I didn't already say it. And then Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, is up on the screen right now. This creator also gifted... Oh my dear goodness, a handful of memberships, yes. And, pardon me, I think I missed Cove Action Travel there. They'll be up next. I might have lost my order here. But we'll move it along. So Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative is officially on the road to 1,000. Whenever you hit a 100 milestone, you are then on the next road, and we get excited obviously when people are on the road to 500 or the road to 1,000 or any 1,000 after that. So Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative is officially on the road to 1K. It has to be exciting. I can see I'm behind with your videos, but I'm going to grab one of the latest two. I will grab the second latest one actually. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list just because it's a couple minutes longer than the, or a minute and a half longer than the last one. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist that I use to keep or get caught up with creators, but it's just got a fun name. We call it the catch-up list. That was named by Ghostly Winds, who we saw actually earlier, picked up one of those gifted memberships. So thank you again for the extra generosity. Living Skies Vintage and Creative is going to bring A lot of creative pieces and coloring they mention. However, they've got a lot more variety, as we can see on the channel. It looks like they've got some travel-based content here in between some of this creativity. So I'll be looking forward to catching up with that as well. And then I think it was a vacation by the look of it, because the last video says last day of Mexico. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,000 views, 4,600, almost, are on the way towards 5,000. For this creators actually doing live streams while they're creating. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been months since I've caught you, but I've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. Hopefully we all do. And then the only other thing I'll say is that for anybody that has live streams, premieres, especially if they're some kind of a celebration or special edition, like a birthday, an anniversary, a milestone, or anything like that, feel free to message me anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And I will always make an effort to try to be in there. I typically do a 9 to 5, like Monday to Friday job, sort of, that has me away, but I can sometimes sneak in for a moment. Otherwise, when we're doing things in the evenings, I'm in the Eastern time zone, or on the weekends, I can spend some time in there. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit. Probably 5 years also. And Cove Action Travel, this is a channel that's fairly new to us here, but they are putting a lot of production value into their videos. They are really, like, you wouldn't say overproducing, but they are way high level production. They've let us know that they use DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is interesting to know, because a lot of different people here, or well, everybody here is using all kinds of different programs and apps. I use Final Cut Pro and iMovie. I'm sure a lot of people are using Premiere. A lot of people are doing things with Canva and other systems. And even some of the standard photo apps have some video editing. So there's a lot of stuff out there now. But Cove Action Travel is putting a lot of production value, and you'll see what I mean when you get to their content. They do vlogging footage like this. They do drones. They do, look at that. This is exactly what I'm talking about, like cutting into drone footage, but they're vlogging. They've got steady cams. They're holding cams. And they're doing all kinds of different stuff, especially when we think about travel. So they've got a premiere coming up, and that's going to be actually tomorrow. So we have that to look forward to. I've got the notification on. You notice that I'm setting the notification for the premiere, even though I have the notification bell on for the channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Hopefully I'll catch that. But we want to make sure we're sending every possible signal of interest into the YouTube algorithm, so that hopefully the content gets pushed out in the recommendation engine. And then Cove Action Travel's got some shorts that have already done well. 8,400, 12,000, 20,000 views on one of these. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they're doing these occasionally. Looks like every month or two or ish. So we've got notification bells on, like I keep saying. Hopefully we'll catch them for the next one. But I do appreciate the fact that they've been engaging both the channel and the chat ever since finding us. And they've just been with us for a couple of weeks now. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cove Action Travel. And I'm sure you'll be inspired by the quality regularly. Nikki Silver Stacker is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Nikki Silver Stacker's actually been with us at least a couple months now. It might be getting on a little bit longer. They were introduced to us by the Stock Explorer, who might still be in the chat as well. And Cove Action might do a live stream this week, so we'll be looking forward to that. We'll be on Monday at the same time, but we move our, everybody knows we don't have a schedule. We just go when we can, but it's usually every 3 days. And sometimes we mix up the times, especially if it's on a weekend. Nikki Silver Stacker is working on 300 subscribers right now. This creator's actually been giving us a bit of help with our YouTube channels lately as they continue to learn, but they're going to help us understand the differences between numismatic collectible coins and precious metals, which I am a fan of both, as a matter of fact. This will be an interesting video to see. There's a lot going on with crypto right now that's kind of seeming to drag down all the markets, but gold and silver have both had a record year. I've been following that for a long time. And that'll be an interesting video to watch. We can see that they're mixing up a little bit of their YouTube journey along with their precious metals and numismatic collectibles, as well as shorts on the channel, getting into 1,200 views, 1,700 on one of these. That seems to still be getting views. And then live streams as well. So they did one yesterday. They've been live streaming pretty frequently, actually. Not extended live streams, which is interesting to see. But we will hopefully catch them for one of these. I don't think I've caught you live yet. Maybe 3 weeks ago I might have caught that one. I think I did catch that one. I remember you were driving. But yeah, we have notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Jose Fantasticville, good to see you here. 99 Midnight Gamer YT is also Miss Baking. She's got a couple things going on. She provides baked goods. She recently donated a bunch of stuff to a I can't remember for the life of me what it was she's involved in. Her full-time gig is running a nonprofit, and then she's involved in a lot of that stuff all the time. But through donating to a nonprofit organization, she was invited to join a market a couple of weeks from now. And so she's preparing for that also, where she'll try selling some stuff and see. But she's extremely talented in the kitchen, so I get to reap the benefits of all the experiments too. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in, but thank you for asking, Palazzo Place. And then Brit Family Fun, good to have you here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then what we're going to do right now, though, we'll take a break for a few minutes. I'll give my voice a rest. We still got a couple channels to go through. We're going to look at Love to Travel with Wave and Tim Mitchell. They, between them, drop super chats and gifted memberships. Tim Mitchell's gifted a handful of memberships more than a handful of times. It's actually countless times. I know Jane Litterick, Cove Action, Real for Life. Thank you, everybody, for the contributions. I certainly do appreciate it. Now, I will be adding names to the wheel from our chat list starting actually very soon, because we're already moving. It's Me Alec is in the house. I've got you on the wheel also. So let's take that break and we'll come right back with Love to Travel with Wave. Right before we go, I'm going to play a clip from an interview series that we've got on the Superchat channel. Now, these are videos, and they're basically interviews, but they turn into friendly conversations where the creators that have been featured are longtime friends of ours here. They've all been with us for at least a couple of years, some from the very beginning, as a matter of fact. But what the unique thing is about all of these creators is they've all long passed 10,000. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit 1,000 subs, okay. And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the wintertime. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping.
That way, yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. Yeah, some of the clips there, some of those interviews are from a year ago. I think Two Pineapples was about a year ago. There's no schedule for them, so it's like every couple of months or something like that, one would come out. I'm way behind in editing the latest one. I'm trying to find time, and I don't know where it's going that I can't seem to get it done. It's just that the audio was really off, so it's taken more time than usual to edit. But Be Amazing Sylvia joined me for a conversation. I'm going to try to get that out quickly. And I've got plans for a couple of more. I'm not sure how much I'm going to keep the series going, but they're just a idea. Cove Action. Yeah, there's never a conflict. I'm not sure what you mean, if you mean like just because I mentioned that we're live on Monday as well. In the beginnings of somebody's YouTube journey, it's easy to make a schedule and try to plan. Like, you'll go one day, I'll go the next day, or you go at 2 o'clock, I'll go at 3 o'clock, and that kind of thing. And a lot of creators do that. But eventually, there just becomes too many channels in your collection when you start following hundreds of other channels and you have hundreds of other YouTube channel owners following you. Almost impossible. So, like I was saying, the best idea is that we have replays that we can go and watch. So even when we have to miss each other, there's still content we can catch. And a lot of people are watching more than one thing anyway. Somebody like myself, I got 4 windows open on the computer all day and night whenever I can be on. And other creators have an old phone or an old tablet or more than one, watching all kinds of stuff and hopping in and out of chats. We look at some creators like Scratch and PPA and wonder how on earth does he do it? Because I think he's doing even more than I am at a time. Nobody understands how he can get all that done. But these are just ideas. If you see Gamey K, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. But I wouldn't, I never expect anybody to move anything for Tuber Chat because I don't have a schedule here. So that would be the most unfair thing I could ever ask for. But the truth is everybody's doing fine. And I don't mind mentioning other people being live while we're live. Nobody leaves here to go and watch somebody's live stream when they're here to connect. And they'll usually just go after, right? And, again, these are just ideas. Let's take that break and we'll come right back. All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Love to Travel with Wave. They've been longtime friends. I think they've been with us for close to 4 years. It's 3 for sure, but it could be 4. And we'll see what they've been up to lately. Chocolate Drop is in the house. It's Chocolate Drop. We've switched to handles here, so I'm going to trip over that a little bit. I've cleaned up the wheel a little, so what I often do during those breaks, not always, but sometimes, is remove some of the names from people that I haven't seen in the chat for about 20 minutes or half an hour that have been there. But members and moderators will always be added onto the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. If I remove them, I'll re-add them. And then Super Chatters and membership gifters are added right away. So Love to Travel with Wave is up right now for that reason. And Tim Mitchell's up next. He gifted a handful of memberships. And then If You Seek Amy K's dropping a super chat as well. We'll look at that channel. But my intention is to get through more channels than we have been lately today. And we still got another well over 2 hours to go. Mariana Latrinia, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. While I don't want to get into story time, and I promised I wouldn't, there is one thing that's very important that I mention. Because I don't talk about every single thing every day, right? We've been over a lot of different subjects. But I'll mention to everybody, just to remember, online, we often talk about the feeling of friendships that we have, and it really does start to feel like family. And I hope for everybody that wants to, you have a lot more positivity than negativity. You have a lot more people that truly feel like family, who care, who are actually supporting you than some of the other stuff that we see. But as a reminder, and you don't need me to tell you this, so forgive me, it's just because I want to mention it because something came up this week. But when you talk about other channels to your friends and family, anybody can take anything out of context, even when they know you, and they can go running around talking about the things that you might have said about another. When we start talking too much about people when they're not there. We all talk about people. Everybody does. My whole life is talking about like what happened at work, the guys at work, what happened with the family, what's my sister doing, what's my, and this and that. We all do it. It doesn't have to be negative. We talk about the things you don't like about channels, even when you say don't say anything but tuber chat this or this channel that, and this person did this to that, and I don't like this. Nobody likes complaining. So it's a waste of time. So just keep that in mind, because not everybody's going to keep everything to themselves. So that's just an idea. 99 Midnight Gamer YT. It's been a while. I know that it's been tough, and usually because I talk too much, actually, that I haven't been able to get through as many channels as sometimes we're able to. But I'm going to try today. Now, just for the sake of saying, I know that everybody likes having their channel on the screen, and I know everybody likes me talking about it while we're here. But it really is the least important part of what we're doing. The whole thing behind Tuber Chat works when people are truly supporting other people's channels. When you're connecting with other people, watching their videos, leaving them comments. That's all we're really here for. It's all the chat. I'm just here to put channels on the screen because we need something to do for 3 hours. But I promise you, when I put a channel on the screen, 5 or 10 people don't go running over there right away. If you're lucky, you might get 1 or 2 all at once. But most people, especially if they know how this works, don't go running to a channel. The only way to make the true connections that we're here for is to connect with other people, and the best way to do it is to make the first move. Anybody can meet 8 to 10 new friends here. If you imagine being here for 3 hours, being able to meet 20 to almost 30 new people, you can, but it takes a lot of effort. It takes serious concentration, in my opinion, because we got to be in and out of the chat, remembering who we connected to, saying hello to people we haven't seen, and making sure people don't feel left out. And but you can. So forgive me, I'll just try to race through that. Twisted. Forgive me if I get this wrong. Twisted Red Horror, or is it Twisted Reed Horror? We've switched to handles now, so I'm tripping over a few channels. The J. Jordan, though, has got to be getting close to 10,000. He's getting really, really close. That creator is on every day. His channel, other people's channels. He's doing all kinds of stuff. And then if anybody needs me to reiterate, just please let me know. And forgive me because I talk fast. You know, if I say something that is upsetting, it's probably because I raced through a conversation and didn't articulate the thought the way I meant to. The idea, again, is just that we live with generosity at the forefront of our mind. And it really matters, not just in YouTube. I mean, we can say in life, but let's say online, right? We all know what it's like to get, you know, do a Instagram post and you get like, you know, maybe 5 likes on it and 2 comments. You're like, why doesn't anybody care? It's not that. It's the algorithms putting it out there. They just don't distribute everything fairly, at least in my own opinion. So when we make an effort to support other people, we make an effort to go and watch all their content, I promise you, if you do it right now, I've got several videos that are getting 2,000 views a month. Now, they're not fantastic videos, I promise you. They're just like product review, unboxing type things or whatever, and I don't do a better job than anybody else here. But that's what happens eventually, because I started, honestly just started making videos, but eventually was introduced to the small YouTuber community, and that's when things really started to take off, because I get my 100 views on every video no matter what I put out. It could be terrible and I still get 100 views because I've got over 100 friends that will always show up, always support everything. Black Guns and Gardens, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to get your channel onto the screen right after If You Seek Amy K. And Love to Travel with Wave is up on the screen right now for the same reason. And then Charinator, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yes, hopefully you're doing well. I know that kind of thing can be challenging, but Charinator's been a long-time dear friend. And then Kristen's just in the other room, Palazzo Place. She's probably resting right now because she's been baking all day. Not to mention, she's got her full-time gig as well, so she's spreading herself pretty thin. Living and Cooking, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's M&T Living It. And then forgive me for the things I miss, and especially the things I ask, you answer, and then I still miss. I do appreciate everybody's patience, especially when we're moving like really fast like today. Love to Travel with Wave, long-time friends here in Tuber Chat. And they are going to let us know that they're expecting to bring daily inspiration and lifestyle videos. They've moved things around a little bit over the years. They've been with us for as long as I can remember. It's got to be at least 3 years. I can see I'm behind with their videos, but what I'm going to do is grab one of the latest ones. Now, when we're connecting with people here, we always talk about the idea of connecting with videos that are 3 minutes long. That's not a rule that's set in stone. It's just something we've been doing for five and a half years because we know that it works. It's been consistent. Every channel I put on the screen, you can see I'm subscribed if I've had them on the screen before, which is now whatever it is, more than 6,300 channels. Less than 3 minutes. My suggestion then is just to watch 2 or 3 videos because it's the same 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, whatever it's going to be. Now I'm going to take this 3-minute video because I'm already connected to Love to Travel with Wave, and I'm going to put that in a playlist here. I call this my catch-up playlist when I click on it properly, and that's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. You can see all the outdoor footage that they've got here. A lot of variety, as a matter of fact, especially lately. But let's see what they've got going on for shorts. These have started to really move. 9,000, 10,000 on a few of them, which is great to see. It's always exciting to hit these different milestones, and I hope everybody here understands that, like, if you just keep at it, you will literally hit all the milestones we talk about from these creators hitting them. I think there's probably a lot of people here in the Tuber Chat family that have been with us for many years that are starting to realize, yeah, you know what? I am going to get 100,000. Not me, us. Like whoever wants to, you, everybody can get 100,000 if they want to. It might take years, but you can get there. Whereas when we started many years ago, and you know, it was forever to get your first 100 subscribers, first 200, God forbid, eventually one day we get to 1,000. You know what I mean? Those days are long behind us now. And I think people here are able to see in each other's channels the fact that we can actually get that far. Love to Travel with Wave has been with us a long time. They're going to soon have 3,000. And I talk about 3,000 as a very telling marker in creators. So that's wonderful to see. Hopefully I'll catch them for one of these live streams as well. It's been quite some time, but they seem to be bringing these out again, at least once every couple of weeks. So we'll be looking forward to that. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then Handicapped Traveler, it's very possible. So YouTube can, yes, delete content without any explanation. As a matter of fact, today I just heard that a channel might be gone. So there's a bit, happening there. Should be good. 99 Midnight Gamer YT. We've should have a solid internet connection today. Oh, actually, I'm getting a message that's saying it might be buffering. But if we just refresh, it should be okay. There's no reason. Actually, there is a reason. I'm gonna have to shut something off. Somebody's gonna say, Kevin, stop mining Bitcoin while you're live streaming for Tuber Chat. If it gets better today, then we know that it's like, Kevin, you forgot to turn off the miner. Tim Mitchell is coming up right now. Love to Travel with Wave. Thank you again for the super chat. Tim Mitchell dropped us get a handful of gifted memberships again. He's done that so many times. I joke about the idea that it's countless times, but it really is. I wouldn't even be able to guess. And then, Angie's Oddity says that maybe there's something going on with YouTube. Actually, that would explain a few of the glitches, like a channel disappearing, shorts disappearing, and things like that. You have to get right after YouTube in either, if you're a partner, then in the chat, you can get to them in the YouTube studio. Or I've heard that people have had success when they reach out to them on Twitter, Team YouTube on Twitter. And then, if everybody, if you find it buffering, just please reset your device, and hopefully it will clean itself up. But I did have another computer going. I'm not really joking about that, actually. And usually I remember to shut it off. I didn't, so that might be the thing. Tim Mitchell is up on the screen right now. This creator actually produces videos for a couple of other channels, but we'll talk about his own channel right now. He puts a little bit of focus on this with some outdoor footage, a lot of dash cam, especially in shorts and live streams, but there's a few of these that have started to really move, 1200, 1500, 1600, and we see that they're all out of order, and I believe the biggest reason why is because they're still getting views and haven't settled in the algorithm yet. That seems to go on sometimes even for weeks. Tim Mitchell as well, live streams I mentioned. So they let us know on the last stream that they'll likely be on Tuesdays doing these drive streams. They always do a good job of keeping up with the chat while they're on the road. And I've been lucky to catch them many times before, but it's already been a month. So I'm looking forward to hopefully finding a way to peek in there on Tuesday. I got a lot of driving on Tuesday, so I'm hoping I can keep a YouTube window going while I'm doing that. And then Chef CV is the host of the channel Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And this channel has a few months ago a video explaining the connection between Chef CV and Tim Mitchell. I always like stories like that, so I was happy to go and see that. This creator is going to bring us interesting meals, interesting dishes, not always traditional, but they also help us navigate the kitchen. And you see the glorious, colorful wheel that they've got behind them. You know, I'm a fan of that, of course. But they're going to help us with the appliances and the cookware and the bakeware and things like that that we're going to find in the kitchen. They have got shorts on the channel, and these feature more of what we'd expect with a little bit of variety, getting into now 1,200, 1,300 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So you notice the thumbnails feature that colorful wheel I was talking about. This is the mystery wheel of misfortune, where during the live streams, the audience is able to contribute up, and it leads to some really interesting combinations. So apparently Twizzlers is the last original ingredient from the original Wheel of Misfortune. So this is a couple of special live streams that just passed a couple of days ago. They're on every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then the first Saturday of every month as well on another channel, which I'll show you here. The official off-topic squirrel. I feel like I'm screaming at the camera again for no reason. Probably because the computer was on. The official off-topic squirrel is a complimentary channel, and there's Chef CV again right there. Occasionally in the kitchen, but usually out taking us on some kind of other adventure. We notice bowling is a popular subject on this channel. I did some of that when I was a young lad. I ended up working in one of these places for many years too, actually. And then Chef CV's gotten into 1,000 views, 1,200 on another one with some of the shorts over here. And then live streams. So these, like I said, I think are the first Saturday of every month. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I should have it by now, Tim Mitchell. I'm quite certain that this time I'm right. But they'll play Cards Against Humanity more often than anything else. They might do something a little bit different occasionally. But this is a complimentary channel, and they've long passed their 100 subscribers. They're working on 120 now. We'd love to see them moving towards the 200 we know they're going to be thinking about. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for your patience today, especially while I trip over everybody's name. And let's see what's happening with If You Seek Amy K. And thank you for the super chat, Amy. And Tim Mitchell, thank you for those gifted memberships again. Like I said, he's done that countless times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Sailing Cook George, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That channel that's actually from Toronto, if I'm right about that, but we can see you in the chat, so thank you for asking. If anybody ever watches and can't chat, like if you feel like you're blocked or something, anybody who's blocked knows they're blocked. But if you wonder what could be going on, it could just be a glitch. It happens all the time. It's been happening for years on all kinds of channels, not just here. What you can do is reach out to myself or a moderator on a social network. I'm on Instagram all the time. Pardon me, and then we'll get that fixed up and I can explain how to solve that. Izzy Pop 3. I did see your messages in the beginning of the chat, and I actually got it right before I was setting up, so I didn't have a chance to go and look. But Izzy Pop 3 says that they had a channel removed, if I understand right. And that might have been without explanation. Now, Izzy, what I can tell you is we just talked about seconds ago here. Was it Handicapped Traveler that said that they had a couple of shorts removed without explanation, some of their most popular ones? So there could be something happening where YouTube often does these upgrades or changes to all kinds of stuff in the background. I know that sounds silly, but you know what I mean. And when they change one thing, it seems to affect a lot of other things. I used to whine and complain about the idea that I wish YouTube would just recode the whole thing from scratch, because they certainly could. You know, they're paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to sit there, and I don't know what they do for a living, but we would love it if they would just revamp and restart the whole YouTube thing, I think, because then it would be clean. when you have YouTube was not built by Google, right? It was bought, and if I understand right. And what that means is that they already bought somebody's code behind the pages and everything like that. So instead of recoding it, they might have just added to it, and it becomes like spaghetti nonsense after. So IzzyPop333 was removed. Is that the newer channel? I hope that's what you mean, because I haven't had a chance to look yet. I hope you mean that your original channel is still intact. And unfortunately, it looks like that is not the case. My dear goodness. I haven't had to do it myself, but I have heard that people have had success reaching out to YouTube on Twitter. I keep calling it Twitter, but you know what I mean. And it's Team YouTube. So if you reach out to them there, if you're not getting an answer or not able to find them in the YouTube studio. But yeah, my dear goodness, that is truly heartbreaking. I have heard the impossible happen. I was running a channel where a live stream was deleted, not by us. And YouTube insists that if something is deleted, we've all probably seen it, like, please be sure you're deleting and you understand you can never get this back, never, ever, ever under any circumstance. But they brought the live stream back. And it was like the most important one on the stream or on the channel. So they can have miracles happen. But I've seen many channels lost as well. Not anything I'm involved with, but you know what I mean. So that is unfortunate. And then, yeah, so Sailing Cook George, these kind of glitches happen all the time. To literally turn off and reset your entire device. It doesn't sound like it should work, but sometimes it does. And then if that's not the case, there's a place in your YouTube studio where you add moderators or block channels and things like that. There's a place called Approved Users. You can add somebody into that area and almost immediately they start showing up. I've done that for dozens of people over the years. So these are just ideas. Bone Tired Travelers, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. IzzyPop3, the only other thing is that I pray that you have some or all of it backed up, and that gives me the opportunity. I don't want to get into story time, but you know what I mean. This stuff is important. This shows you why this is important, but where possible, you want to be backing up all that you're making. If you're editing on a phone, if you make your videos and edit them on a phone and upload to YouTube with a phone, I know it's a little bit different than it is with a computer. The workflow that we call it, or the way that you're going to back things up is a bit different, but you can. You might be able to try Google Takeout and see if the stuff is still there. But that's a pipe dream. I'm grasping at straws when I say that. But it's very important that we back up everything. If you have to, the easiest thing that you can do is in your YouTube studio, you can just click the 3 dots on any video, short, or live stream and download it. It'll only bring it down in 720p, but you can. As a minimum, I would recommend that for everybody. Because Keto Simple is mentioning, they back everything up on hard drives. I am very lucky that, I've been on computers for years and years and years, but I got like multiple hard drives around me all the time. So I'm able to back everything up. As a matter of fact, I actually work on hard drives. I rarely edit on the computer. My files are always on the drives, and I always back up those drives to other drives. So I know it can start to get expensive. We don't have to do that. You can use free tiers of Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, and all these others. But at some point, hopefully everybody backs up on other things. And in Canva, yeah, I'm so sorry, Izzy Pop. They're such an influential person behind the channel. They really do engage their audience. It feels to me like they really do care. Nobody needs me to tell you life's not fair, and these things can happen. But yeah, I'm praying you can reach out to YouTube in some way and have that miracle fixed, because we know that there's more than one thing happening today. So that tells me, first of all, there's a chance. Secondly, maybe some of the stuff that people are finding removed will just show up. But Google Takeout is something not everybody might know about. I've only used it once to experiment with it, but it allows you to download all of the data included in your Google account, including YouTube videos. It is a little bit of a headache, in my opinion, a bit of an advanced topic for what we're talking about here, but I would absolutely try that, because even though YouTube says that your channel is gone, the content might still be on the servers and accessible to you if you're fast enough. It's, again, I'm grasping at straws. It's just a pipe dream, but if I was in that situation, I'd be going to try to figure that out. Sorry. That kind of thing has happened to many creators. I've seen it many times. Joy Joseph Lounge, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And forgive me, we'll get back to channels. But if anybody needs me to reiterate or explain any of the things that I'm talking about, this is very important. So just let me know if you have questions. I'll be happy to address them as best I can. I've been on social media from the beginning, literally like 30 years. And I'm on computers. I've been on computers forever, like between the hard drives and everything. I don't know everything, of course. I don't try to pretend that I do, but I can be helpful in a lot of situations. So if there's something anybody wants to ask, by all means. If you seek Amy K, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel. And I have a feeling we're going to get to more reason. And then if you seek Amy K, this creator also has a couple of channels. So if you seek Amy K is going to bring us some information on their About section that is bringing a bit of travel and a lot of excitement, apparently. I'm just going to grab the latest video and see if that's the case here. We weren't able to see a lot of cruising content for a few years there. And then about 3 years ago, we started to have this influx of cruising and travel channels. So I'm grateful to see all this content, but looks like Amy's having a good time over there. We'll see what they got on this channel for shorts. It looks like more of the same with a tiny bit of variety getting into 2,400. Which is great to see. And then $400 into $3,000 worth of savings. Looks like a video a lot of people could use watching, including myself. And then it looks like they got a live stream coming up tomorrow. So we'll be looking forward to that. I know right at that moment I'm actually going to be tied up, unfortunately, but I might be able to peek in towards the end. And then and this creator is on a journey to lose 180 pounds, and they're sharing that journey with us, but you can see that this is a dynamic host, always smiling, always laughing, and then giving us some inspiration along the way. So I'm going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to get or keep caught up with creators. They got shorts over here. I thought they only had one. Maybe I'm mistaken. I wonder if one of those is brand new. And then live streams on the channel as well. So, oh, she just did one yesterday, actually, and it seems to be an every week schedule for this channel. Hopefully everybody will connect with Amy Loses It, and if you seek Amy K. And thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, yeah, Keto Simple. So a few people have said that it might be glitching over here, but actually we heard from Angie's Oddities that it might not be just this channel. Something might be up with YouTube. Let me take just a moment to show everybody something for a second again. This is one of my favorite things. It's a website or a app. And what you can do is go to Down Detector. And what happens is that will show you all of the popular online services. You can see YouTube is having some trouble But when these lines are blue, it just gives you an idea of what's going on. Yellow means, yeah, definitely some big trouble. Red is like, oh, disaster for a second there. So there's been a bit of that. Apple Music was down for a moment, this and that. But you see all the big online services. It could be ISPs, it could be websites, it could be apps, streaming services, games, everything, right? But YouTube, we see, has been having some trouble today. Especially lately. So hopefully they'll get that under control. They have the world's best engineers working on it, I'm sure. And then there you go. Jody Genealogy says that they have had theirs glitchy as well. Today, after Tuber Chat, we're going to raid into a premiere from our dear friend Gloria's Platter. Raid here. Anytime. I know I say it all the time. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. It's best to message me outside so that we can arrange it and conversate about it. But, we try to raid into lots of different channels. You would be shocked to know how few channels actually ask. You know what I mean? And I don't want anybody to be shy about it either. If you're here and you're supporting, and you're a part of this community, then I promise you, I feel like you deserve it as much as everybody does. We always want to help everybody. Everybody does. And that everybody here does. And the idea that we can give somebody a head start, if we're lucky enough at the end of our streams to have 20 or 30 or dare I say even 40 people watching sometimes, anywhere from a third to a half of those people will come over in a raid. And that can be really helpful. It will give everybody a boost. It's rare that I do a raid for somebody and they don't say it was like a record day. You know what I mean? Because I know we have a strong and solid community here. And then, yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. Live stream hours absolutely do count. The only thing that you'll want to watch about that is the idea that when you do a live stream, you might see the view count and the watch hours, and they will change for about 3 days. It usually takes 72 hours for the stuff to settle, and it could drive us all bonkers, right? Because our numbers go up and down. We have no explanation why. But absolutely, live streams and replays count, but only if the stuff is kept public forever. If you make a live stream replay unlisted or private, you could lose and probably will all the watch hours associated with it. So that's something to think about. We don't talk about it enough, but the term is public watch hours. So just so everybody knows, when you're thinking about your videos, when you're thinking about your live streams, you must keep them public for the watch hours to stay. And they only last 365 days. So whatever you did 366 days ago doesn't count. So that's just ideas. Watch hours never change after the live stream. Vintage Style by Joe always has people watching and engaged, by the way, too. So they should. They should, Vintage Style by Joe. What I would think about doing, even though you're already telling me outright that they don't change, what I would recommend is every time you do a live stream for a little while now, keep like a note somewhere on a phone or a piece of paper or whatever, and note the day that you did the live stream and check the watch hours right before you do it every time. Right? It'll take a moment, but you can. And then try the next like 5 streams and see what happens, because they should increase 3 days after you do your live stream at the latest. It could be also from premieres as well, so that's just an idea. Coastal Waters in the house. I got them on the wheel. Hopefully our robots are all working. And then thank you, Charinator, again. Oh, live stream hours will shift from live hours watched to replay hours watched. Oh, so that's interesting. That's really, really odd. Yeah, I wonder if I've not even heard of that before. That's very, very odd and disheartening if they disappear. Just as another idea, the only number that matters when you're thinking about watch hours is the number on the earn tab. You can look at your analytics and you'll see that the watch hour numbers is almost always different. But what's on the earn tab is what counts no matter what. That's the final say. And then that's interesting, Keto Simple, yeah. And then we can drill down into every single live stream replay and check the analytics. And, YouTube's expanding that slowly but surely with different features as well. Julia Edens, I've got you on the wheel. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, that's really weird, Vintage Style by Joe. I've been in her live streams many times. And I know there's people there. You can see when I show her channel on the screen here, you can see I roll over stuff, and you can see that she's talking to the audience while she's streaming. So there's engagement there for sure. Miss TT Mix Vlogs, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm gonna get you onto the. I'm gonna start thinking about adding names to the wheel from our chat list shortly. I think I messed up today and didn't change my. I didn't wipe out the names from the last stream. Everybody's going to have to be extra active today. I'll do my best. I'm way overdue, actually, so I'll add a couple names when we go on our next break. Pardon me, Sailing Cook George. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, Sailing Cook George. It's very possible. YouTube cuts out definitely the live chat if we edit a live stream, even if you cut out like just a second, because if I understand it right, the mentality is that it changes the context, so the chat is no longer accurate, the context, if that makes any sense. So it wouldn't surprise me to know that they do that as well. Yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. The only other thing I can suggest is keeping an eye on that. It should move. We've been driving ourselves bonkers literally for years over the different glitches that YouTube has with all of our numbers and watch hours and everything else. That's why I push the swap and playlist so much. Is because watch hours are a bit of a struggle, it seems, for almost everybody. And that's the one most helpful thing we can find. It's very upsetting to even hear that this nonsense is happening, because I imagine to myself the stress that it creates in our friends, right? And I don't wish for that, because I promise you, I've been through not everything, but a lot of what everybody's going through here, right? You'll always have somebody who's seen the kind of things you've seen before. Oh, yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. I can't tell when I've had to talk to YouTube support whether I'm talking to an AI or there's a language barrier, or I insist that a lot of people who work at YouTube don't have YouTube channels. I really do believe that, because they seem to not know a lot of basic stuff. We've had one of the channels that I was running that got up to about 70,000 subscribers. They gave them contact in YouTube to talk to them, and all they were like is like, oh, are you doing premieres on your channel? It's like, well, why don't you look? You're supposed to be the support. We're on the phone right now. You're supposed to be looking at the channel. You don't need me to tell you. Isn't there a thing on the screen that says this guy does premieres? And it's just kind of mind-boggling how primitive it seems at times. Not that I want to rant. Forgive me. I don't mean to bring negativity. But you know what I mean when you think about, wouldn't we all love to work at Google and make the obscene amounts of money that I imagine everybody there is making, to have us all frustrated that the job's not getting done? How many thousands of employees do they have? So like, could you just mop the floor in the bathroom half an hour from now instead of right now, and get somebody to fix what we're talking about? Black Guns, it frustrates me because I'm a programmer too. Not that I think I could do it. I'm just saying, right? Yeah, that's really weird, Tim Mitchell. I hope that maybe that just means something's been going on lately and things are going to pick up. I find it's not that I want to get into story time, but just to reiterate some of the ideas or talk about some of the things that we know that hopefully will bring everybody's mind at ease over this stuff. Pardon me. When you are doing a live stream, I feel that you get about 1 view for every 5 minutes that somebody's on your stream. So even if you only had one person there, but they were there for 20 minutes, you'd get 4 views. I can't prove it, but that's what I've seen over the last 8.5 years that I've been on YouTube, right? Because we've done tons of experiments over this stuff. The watch hours may only include time when somebody is engaged. And that means, people are hopping in and out of the chat all the time. And I'll show you something here, and forgive me because I really messed this up today. I copied out my list like I always do, but I forgot to reset it at the end. So you see what happens here. It says that if somebody's been here for just over an hour, right? Like Tim Mitchell's been here longer than an hour, but if they've been here for just over an hour, they give points in a system that we don't use and really don't, almost doesn't matter. But those points jump every few minutes here. You notice how Streamlabs is calculating how long people have been here and how engaged they've been here on percentages of an hour. Right? So 1.25, 1.5, 1.67, 1.75. And you're like, wait a second, what? That doesn't make sense. What that tells me is that's the data in the background that's being given to Streamlabs from YouTube. Any programmer, any app can grab that information, but there's a hint there about oh, wait a second, is it every 5 minutes? Why is it that somebody can actually be in Tuber Chat watching or listening for the full 3 hours, but they're only going to show up on that list when they have typed in the chat a few times, right? So if that makes any sense, I don't know, but that's just an idea. But I use that all the time. So the Siberian Wind, that's a feature you have to add into your channels. You have to hook up Streamlabs if you haven't already. You log in with YouTube. It's very easy, like Nightbot. And that is part of the CloudBot system. It's called a loyalty program, but if you dig through all the settings, you'll find it. I use it here in TuberChat, and what I try to do is reset it after every stream, and I copy the statistics into a spreadsheet. So I copied it I copied it today before we started, and then I forgot to reset it. But if you think about what that means, is all I have to do is for the end of today's stream, subtract the numbers from the last stream, and I still have my statistics. So these are just ideas. And then that could be the case, Matt and Mouse. Somebody like me, I'm jumping back and forth between 4 windows all the time. However, I've also been doing, this whole thing we talk about swapping playlists with people from the beginning, from before Tuber Chat even started. I've been doing that for 6 years with people. A lot of us, our moderators here, some of our friends, some people who you see occasionally here have all worked on this. 5 years ago, we were going crazy over all this stuff, trying everything we could. Different accounts, logged in, not logged in, different browsers, every experiment you could imagine to try to get our heads around how these watch hours work. And still today, there's glitches and everything else. The only thing we could do is as much as we can, and we just keep stacking and stacking and stacking, and eventually it starts to work, right? And then I promise you, for everybody that eventually gets monetized, which is everybody that wants to here, you won't even look at your watch hours afterwards. I can't even remember the last time I looked at my watch hours personally, or even in Tuber Chat. I see it in passing as I'm clicking around, but it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? So we drive ourselves nuts over it for a while we're trying to get monetized, and then it doesn't make a difference. We've seen, I think, 0 channels demonetized for their watch hours going down too far. Design with Emma, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then, there could be a lot going on with YouTube. They've been adding a lot of features lately, little ones here and there, but there's been quite a bit going on. And you saw on the screen that I put up there with down detector, maybe something has been knocked off. Some of the servers might not be working, or some of the features and things like that. So whenever something doesn't work, just give it another day or two, check it again, and then if it still doesn't work, then it's a problem. It used to take like even 2 weeks for them to fix stuff sometimes. Black Guns and Gardens is going to bring us a lot of product reviews more than anything else. You can imagine some of the things that they're going to show on the channel, but this creator gets into a lot of different subjects when we think about preparedness and self-defense as well. So they've got an interesting combination of content here. They got quite a bit of information on their about section. They post videos pretty frequently, as you can see, not quite every week, but they've been at this a long time. They're working on 4,000 subscribers now. Black Guns and Gardens has been with us for years. They're out there supporting other people all the time. Today they dropped a super chat, so I put their channel up right away, of course. 14,000, 19,000 on a couple of these shorts videos, which is interesting to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And thank you again, Black Guns and Gardens, for the super chat. It's time to spin the wheel. Let's get that done. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Chocolate Drop. It's Chocolate Drop is coming up. We'll see what they have got going on for today. I'm just looking in the background to see if I can pull up some watch hours and see if there's an irregularity here on the Superchat channel as well. Overview, content. Forgive me while I'm just looking in the background. Watch time. On Superchat, it all seems to be as it usually is. Yeah, forgive me. I know I'm staring off into space here. I just wanted to look. It looks like all my, we only live stream here, so we get like no views in the middle when we're on every 3 days. So my analytics look like this. It looks like a bunch of triangles. Very different than what everybody would see here, but I could, I'll have a look at my personal channel after, or the copyright-free music channel. I'll remember to look at these before the next stream and see if anything's been up that I can notice as well. And then It's Chocolate Drop is going to be live on Wednesday. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm tripping over the handles today. It's Chocolate Drop is up on the screen. So they mentioned the idea they're going to be live cooking the night before Thanksgiving. But they have been doing a lot more on the channel. They've been with us for many years as well. Crazy Plant Lady, she likes to say, in the plantuary there. This creator often takes us out for not just hauls, but shopping trips to places like TJ Maxx and CVS. More than anything else, I've found this creator cooking, unless they're traveling. They recently went on a cruise, which I'm in full jealousy mode. Shorts on this channel, 12,000, 13,000, 51,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So this gives you an idea of what this creator might be doing. They've always got people popping in and out behind them, but you can see what I mean. They're always smiling and laughing, and you know, this is what I've been catching them from them more often than anything else. And hopefully everybody will connect. It's Chocolate Drop, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And the reason I keep mentioning that people have been friends of ours for years is just to give everybody the idea that you understand that there are people here today and every day that will be willing to support you years into the future. We know that because of what we've been through in the last 5 years. So hopefully that's a little bit of optimism for everybody. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. If I say K Young Gavel, is that right? And then the J Jordan is coming up on the screen right now. But thank you for the membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And what that means is I'm going to be putting your channel on the wheel every time you're here. As soon as I see you in the chat, we do that for members and moderators. That's not Kyle Vlogs, is it? And forgive me, because we have handles in the chat now, and I'm tripping over these handles. Oh, Jaden. Oh, my dear goodness. That's Jaden. Jaden. Are you able to be in the chat? I don't know. Maybe we'll try. I know people will be wondering what on earth is Kevin talking about. Jaden is a friend that we've had for many years, but I think this is a new account, so you should be able to chat. Driving Daily, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the J Jordan is up on the screen. So I mentioned the idea earlier that this creator must be getting close to the 10,000 subscribers. Sure enough, 9,800. Now, I can't be certain. I have to ask the J Jordan. But my bet right now is that this creator has grown to 9,800 subscribers 100% organically. The reason why I say that is because they've been with us for years as well. But this creator is on every single day. And forgive the way I'm talking. It really is that, unbelievably impressive. I'm just going to grab his latest video and put this into my catch-up list. He's posting all the time. But the J Jordan is out there supporting other creators all the time. He's live every single day, at least once on his channel, sometimes more than once, and on other people's channels, and has been for years. Shorts over here have done really well, mostly his fitness stuff, but he does a lot of different things. 12,000, 13, 17, even 21,000 views. And then here's the live streams. And look at this. He's got 3 set up already. This creator could be bowling. He could be taking us for a ride on his motorcycle. Oh, he's with DJ Ron the Mechanic right there. That's another friend of ours. The J Jordan could be doing fitness. He could be making music. He could be taking us for a walk outdoors. This creator does so much content. I don't know how somebody can do that much and not get burnt out. And you will notice, I promise you, you go and watch whatever he does next, he's going to be just as energetic as he was on day one. It is really impressive. So I'm absolutely proud of this creator and what they've done, because the J Jordan, like I said, is not just working on their own channel. They are out there supporting other people all the time. So I'm not sure if they're still here right now listening. I know they've been on the wheel for a long time today, but really impressive. After all these years, this creator is doing so much and keeping up with the YouTube community as well. Handicapped Traveler is dropping a super chat so that we will look at Driving Daily. So we're going to look at that channel and Handicapped Traveler's channels right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. It's me, Alex, back in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. What we're looking at right now, desperately to remember the name of the other channel. I think it's True Thoughts. Link the channels together so that people can find them. What I often do is say feature your second channel at the bottom of your front page, if you can, or which you can, or add it into the links on the About section. Lots of creators do that. And forgive me, Driving Daily, I know we've been over this many times and I've asked you at least twice, but if you don't mind just reminding me, I'm quite sure it's True Thoughts something. And it's just not coming to me. Maybe it will. And then thank you, Timmy the Racing Channel. Good to have you here. And then Kyle Vlog 5917. Is that still? Oh, that's Kyle Vlogs. That's Kyle Vlogs. I don't know if Jaden is still in the background there. Driving Daily. Yeah, forgive me. Oh, Real Thoughts Project. Pardon me. Real Thoughts Project. Real Thoughts Project. I'm literally like doing that thing where you say it a bunch of times. Real Thoughts Project, so I remember. Forgive me, Driving Daily. I don't know why for the life of me. You see, I'm getting close. I can't remember everybody's second channels too easily, apparently. A Simple Family Lifestyle, good to see here. They've got a couple of accounts as well. Now, Driving Daily is often they're actually listening in here while they're out working, and I really do appreciate that, or driving in different ways. They do a few different things, but this is a truly dynamic creator. If you ever wondered to yourself, what does Kevin mean? What does that Tuber Chat guy mean when he keeps talking about dynamic this and that? The reason why I say it about pretty much everybody here is because the number one fear, apparently, across all people everywhere is speaking in front of an audience. Now, that really means getting on stage and doing it in real life, but I think being on a camera and putting yourself out there is somewhere in that ballpark. So that's why I say it so much. But if you want the true definition of a dynamic host and a dynamic creator, Driving Daily fits that description perfectly. So the conversation is always engaging. It can kind of go everywhere, like most creators, because especially when they're live, out a few different things here, depending on what comes up each day. But Driving Daily has a love of cars. First of all, they share that with us. They're giving us some information, tips and tricks when it comes to the idea of some of these, what do we call it? It's not gig culture. I forget what we call it. Something like that. The word's not coming to me either. I'm tripping over everything today. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 11,000, 18,000, 36,000 views. And then live streams on the channel. When I mention the idea of gig culture, I don't think that's the right term I'm looking for, but it's has to do with the idea, jobs or gigs and things like that. The gig economy, I think, is what it was called. And then there's places like Fiverr, where people can hire each other to do graphics and thumbnails and video editing and descriptions and all kinds of stuff. Then there's, you can get paid to walk people's dogs. You can get paid to do people's laundry and pick up groceries for them. Apparently you can get paid just to walk around with people and things like that. There's a lot of stuff out there, but driving and this idea between Uber, which now has Uber Eats, between DoorDash, between Skip the Dishes, I don't know which ones of these are Canadian, but you know what I mean. There's so many different things that people can do. That might be what I was thinking of. Yeah, Driving Daily, I'm probably tripping over the term. I can't remember exactly what it is. But something like that. When we are able to do piecework, where you're not obligated. You know, it's nice if you can get somebody to say, hey, I'm going to pay you to edit my videos. I put out a video a week and I'm going to pay you X number of hundreds of dollars a month, or, you know, thousands or whatever it's going to be. But you can also do things one at a time. For our copyright-free music channel, I've hired ghost producers to make that music. We've got about 60 songs right now, a little bit more, and I've got plans to have more on the way. But that's an example. Those people have gotten paid to make that music. You know, I've paid them, and I could never hire a music producer full-time who individually would. Right? He gifted a handful of memberships earlier, and then Thanks for keeping that membership going as well. So, driving daily, Super Chat was put up so that we would look at this project, where the conversation can really expand. But intelligent conversation, this creator always keeps up with the chat and actually does a really good job. One of the things we have to struggle with, we don't all have to struggle, but one of the things we have to be mindful of when we start live streaming is trying to figure out where we are for keeping up with the chat. Because I promise you, we all know what it's like to be in a chat, including here in Tuber Chat. You all know what it's like to say something and have that not addressed. Bad enough, like, when we don't say hello for I don't know how long. People understand when it's a very busy live stream, but especially when it's not as busy as what we've been here today and this and that. People get very upset 15 minutes later, and then I don't remember the context. I start talking about something over here in left field, and you were talking about something in right field, but you know what I mean. And, yeah, Cove Action in a perfect world, live streaming does need a focused producer. This is where Tim Mitchell and Chef Seavey work so well together, because he handles the live stream for her so she can focus on the content. And then, how much came off the stream boss? So I could tell you, Tim Mitchell, any membership, it doesn't matter if it's a highlighted milestone message, what I imagine you left in the chat earlier. You don't have to leave a message. It just gives you the highlighted thing, is 499 points. But even if you gift 5 memberships, because Tim Mitchell's done that a million times before, and I don't want to solicit it, I'm just saying, it still gives 499 points. It doesn't change. Super Chats are different. They are a point per American penny. So a $10 Super Chat knocks off 1,000 points, let's just say. But memberships are always $4.99, always. You can change those numbers. It's Chocolate Drop. Forgive me, I'm reading your message, and for the life of me, I can't figure out exactly what you're saying, and I don't want to get it wrong. But if you don't mind clarifying, they're dropping a super chat, so we'll look at another channel. But just let me know exactly what you mean so I don't make a mistake, if you don't mind, please, and I will appreciate the favor. A simple family lifestyle. Forgive me, I didn't put you on the wheel right away. They've got a membership, of course, but I've got them on there now. Okay, I'm going to move it a little bit farther. Yeah, Tim Mitchell, because a membership is essentially $4.99 American on this channel. The currency changes depending on countries and regions and things like that. So because I have super chats and things set to a penny, 1 point per American penny, it's a Streamlabs setting. You have to go into the website and change the setting there. But they just don't have a way to have it increase with memberships right now. So I just put it at that, and that's just unfortunate. I don't know if it's unfortunate, but the way it has to be for right this second. It is odd, but oh, thank you. I think you're right, Scratch and PPA. Yes. Thank you for that. Yeah, the penny is no longer made either. That was one of the scariest days I had remembered from high school. I took this marketing class, and, I was always good in math, not too terrible in science and things like that. I did well, actually, better than I would like to admit, probably in English and things like that, public speaking. But I seem to only remember lessons from one class ever, which was my marketing class. I think that was in 10th grade. And they talked about a lot of things. And one of the things they talked about is it's a lot of finance, the fact that the penny wouldn't be made anymore in Canada. We haven't had pennies for as long as I can remember now. I know there's a big thing in the States where a lot of people are like looking through their older pennies to see if they have those, something that might be valuable. But in Canada, they've been gone for a long, long time. And I understood right away what that meant, because it has to do with inflation, right? And really currency debasement, but we'll call it inflation for today. And the idea that nothing's ever going to cost a penny anymore. Because I used to be able to go to a variety store and buy 5 candies for a penny, like, little tiny candies or whatever, but we could actually buy something for a cent. And you wouldn't be able to ever again. You could still do, 5 things for a nickel if a store wanted to, but you know what I mean. I tell the story about inflation. When my parents were growing up, they used to pay 5 cents for pop chips or a chocolate bar. When I was growing up, I paid 25 cents for pop chips or a chocolate bar. When my son was a young teenager, it was about $1.25 Canadian for pop chips and a chocolate bar. And by the time he may not have children, but by the time he maybe does, and they become a young teenager, tell me right now that you don't think that pop chips and a chocolate bar might be $5 in Canada, because I promise you, you go to any gas station right now, it's hard to find a can of soda. It's usually a bottle, but it's around $3 or much more. Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the super chat. They've done that a million times before. And yeah, Handicap Traveler, they've been rounding up in Canada for a long time. We round our amounts. I haven't looked for a while to see if the actual charges on a card come out to the actual number, like, if it was $27.14 or something like that. I think it does. But if you pay in cash, it is rounded. So, Real Thoughts Project, we're going to get more conversation from this creator. They're going to start with themes and ideas and subjects to talk about. And we'll be looking forward to seeing if there's going to be live streams on this channel as well. They're working on 200 subscribers over here. That's driving daily with a second channel. So I'm going to try to... Thank you, Jaden. I'm going to try to move it when we get back, but let's take a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. We're going to look at its chocolate drop. I'll show you, and I really do appreciate it. I'll show my channel for a quick second just so everybody can see what's been happening. But we'll look at its chocolate drop. We're going to look at Dark Swordsman Gaming. We'll get back to spinning the wheel, and we still got an hour to go. So it's lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Gloria's Platter has a premiere right after we're finished. And let's get at it. I'm going to play a clip from that interview series like I usually do. This is what I was talking about, an upcoming episode. I'm still editing this one. It's just taken me forever. And yes, we do like to move it. Let's see what Be Amazing Sylvia has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, we use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted, and I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change in with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live. I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get
That's
support
wonderful.
on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give
For
it.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
$3.99 to go over there and watch a video with somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
All right, we're just about back. Oh, that can't be real. Oh, my dear goodness. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm just distracted. That is overwhelming generosity, Jaden. Thank you for that. And yeah, unbelievably overwhelming. Hopefully, I don't know what to say. Jaden and I have a very long history of friendship. Jaden's been in the Tuber Chat family from the beginning. He's often in the background. But thank you for that. Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, as everybody could imagine. Yeah, I don't really know what I can say. It's not quite speechless in the way that everybody typically would be. I happen to know Jaden. We've had phone calls and things like that. And then, yeah, we'll have to see. And forgive me, I do definitely appreciate the extra generous support. I know all those members will be happy to have those. But I'm going to continue on talking about channels for now. We will look at Jaden's in another moment, and we'll see what they've been up to. And we'll look at that right after Dark Swordsman Gaming. Forgive me, I'm getting way like out of order here. I'm going to try to speed things up, but I know that I'm supposed to put up Handicap Traveler. They actually dropped the Super Chat for driving daily that we looked at earlier. And forgive me, I've probably done that many times before to them. Matt and Mouse is still here, so I'm going to make sure they're on the wheel. I cleaned out a couple of names, so for any of our members or moderators, just please be active. I'm going to have to race. Handicap Traveler is up on the screen right now, and this creator is going to bring us travel-based content from a certain perspective. You get the idea of the name of the channel, of course. So when we look at what Dan's got on the About section, we're going to get an idea of some of the different variety that's going to get mixed in between the travel videos, including cooking that often happens here. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,700 views on a couple of them, and because they can bring us all 4 seasons, we see some of that winter weather that often does well for creators. And then, yeah, thank you, Jaden. Handicap Traveler is also doing live streams. I think it's the last Friday of every month, and forgive me, so I think Tim Mitchell just had it out. I don't know if he's still listening. This is why I get confused, because I think the unofficial official off-topic Squirrel goes live the first Saturday of every month, and Handicap Traveler goes live the last Friday of every month. So they got a special, though, Thanksgiving live stream set up for next week. And I should have known this. He'd had to remind me today that Thanksgiving is next week, not this week, because I'm in Canada. And I should have known, because Handicap Travelers had that live stream set up for a while. Wolves Den Outdoors, good to see you in the house. And It's Me Alec is still in the house here with us. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Oh, yes, doing it on a Thursday this month, but typically every Friday, or the last Friday of every month. Handicap Traveler's been a long time dear friend. The channel's gone through quite a change, but you'll get that idea when you get through some of their content. But they've been an unbelievably generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And the words perseverance and tenacity certainly come to mind when I think about this creator. Actually, you can tell the impact they've had on a lot of people, because they are referenced in lots of different chats by name, because they've taken the time to get to know a lot of creators. Sir Dank for Jesus is a second channel from this creator that brings spiritual inspiration, and you get the idea of what's happening here just from the thumbnails alone. I'm just going to take one of their latest videos, put that in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I joke about but use to keep caught up or get caught up with creators. And Driving Daily, well put, but thank you. Dan is an inspiration, especially when it comes to the idea of supporting other people. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. Forgive me, I delayed putting their channels up. They dropped a super chat for Driving Daily earlier. It's a very generous thing to have done, and of course we honor that kind of thing. So I'm gonna show you my personal channel just for a second. I usually don't, but it's Chocolate dropped a super chat just for that, and I really do appreciate it. I'll spend only a few seconds because we really actually don't have time either, but I do have my 10,000 subscribers, but there's a bit of a long story that goes along with that. Many years ago, I was filming for YouTube, not filming, but you know what I mean, just doing YouTube. But I went to Ottawa for something called the Freedom Convoy, and the channel went from just over 2,000 subscribers to almost 10,000. Now, because those are news chasers that were coming into the channel, you can imagine we were all like overwhelmed. I'm sure all my friends, Pete was there, many of our moderators were there, Michael was there, Jesse and Jesse might have been there. The Stock Explorer was there. I'm quite sure they were all in the chats, and we would see like there'd be 5,000 people watching, and we're, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. But after that whole newsworthy thing ended, the subscribers went down. So I got pretty close, I think, to 10,000. It went right back down to 9,000. And it's taken a long time to get that extra 1,000 again. Now, the thing about that is my channel now performs like one with 3,000 subscribers instead of one like 10,000. But some videos have done really well. And this is what I figured would do well for me before I even started YouTube 8.5 years ago. Affordable tech reviews. And you can see that some of these have exploded for me. I will have this video probably get over 100,000. It's really slowed down because the tablet's like 4 or 5 years old or whatever it is. Another tablet video has done well for me. Of course, it's a popular product. And you see some of these things. I used to be a DJ working in radio and this and that. So some of the music I've put on here, it's all copyright, but it gets views and this and that. But I just wanted to show you something else. If you haven't already seen that channel, there's a bit of, variety over there. But here's an example of analytics. When you hit your analytics page, it's going to show you your top 10 performing videos, and this changes all the time. And you see what I'm talking about. A couple of these videos are getting like 2,000 views a month. And the only reason I'm showing this right now is so that everybody understands that that kind of thing can eventually happen for everyone. And it just takes time. So it's like other milestones where you have, a couple videos get 100 views a month and you're like, wow, this is amazing, right? I'm happy to have 100 views at all, let alone 100 a month. But then it turns into 1,000 a month and you're like, 1,000 views every month? Are you serious? And then you see it growing, right? It's so exciting. But everybody here has the possibility of that happening. We just have to keep making videos. Keep in mind, I've been at this for 8.5 years. Some of those videos are many years old that you see. Some of them are evergreen content. It's Chocolate Drop. We're going to see. I just wanted to show that because hopefully you find inspiration in the idea that, this is where everybody can expect to head. There's lots of channels that have done much better than me. Somehow, yeah, Michael's Adventures. It's Chocolate Drop. We looked at It's Chocolate Drop already. Pardon me. Thank you. They dropped a super chat so that we would look at that channel. But she's been a dear friend for a long time. She often calls me Mr. Customer Service. She's been doing that from the beginning, and I'm sure it's because of my speaking style. But it shows you the kind of friendships that can grow on YouTube as well. And everybody has that to look forward to. If you're not already there, I promise you that kind of thing is coming. And if you are there and you do have lots of friends on YouTube, you can expect more and more of the same, which is great. And thank you so much, Chocolate Drop. Yes, I'm tripping over everything today. It's quite an overwhelming day, and I think it's going to be an overwhelming 45 minutes that we've got here. Glorious Platter has a premiere for us after Tuber Chat, so it's okay if we go a couple minutes overtime. I'm not sure how long her premiere is today, but I'm guessing it's at least 10 minutes, if not quite a bit longer. Dark Swordsman Gaming is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us for many, many years. They might have been with us for about 5 years as well, 4 for sure. This creator has brought a lot of video gameplay And they dropped a super chat as well, so I put them on the screen right away. But this creator has done that a million times before. What you'll notice on their page is that when they play a certain video game, they make a colored border around the thumbnail. So what that allows is that when somebody goes to their page and they see a video, they're going to recognize the look of the thumbnail and say, oh, this is the same game. I want to see this video too. So we'll have to ask Dark Swordsman Gaming if it's working out the way I think it will for them. But that's an idea, and they play many different popular titles. They've also introduced us to titles I didn't know about before. They've done a couple of shorts so far, and a lot of live streaming. I've caught them many times for many different games. This is where I first heard about Stardew Valley. It's somewhere on the channel here, but they've got Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy, and all kinds of stuff. Diablo was there, and hopefully everybody will connect with Dark Swordsman Gaming. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So Jaden0428, this is Jaden Suh, and he has been a friend of a long time. I've talked on the phone with this creator. They've been on other streams, panels, and things like that. Jaden is a very kind-hearted and dear friend who cares very much about the YouTube journey. I'm trying to imagine the right things to say. But it takes a bit of time to get to know people or get to know creators behind channels. And I absolutely recommend that. What happens is a lot of people, especially if they've been to Tuber Chat many times before, will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat. Now, Jaden has often made content but then deleted it. Several times, as a matter of fact, and different accounts and things like that. But we always know it's Jaden because he's always enthusiastic, and like I said, he's been a friend a long time. So definitely has tenacity and perseverance when we think about those things and the YouTube journey. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jaden. We'll see if they're going to come out with content. My bet is that they probably will. But thank you for the overwhelming support. He gifted 50 memberships. Now, there's a generous thing to have done. I really do appreciate that. And luckily, like I said, I've known Jaden for many years. He cares very much about Tuber Chat. I believe this is definitely his favorite community. I think that says it all. But that kind of thing is absolutely unnecessary. So, I hope nobody feels obligated for that kind of thing. And like I said, Jaden's got history right from the beginning of Tuber Chat, even though he may not be well known in the audience that's been here for a little while now, but he's always been in the background listening. So Scratch and PPA is up on the screen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. Now, I mentioned this creator as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, and this creator really put a lot of consideration into what they were going to do before they started doing it. And the reason why I say this, I knew them as PA before they changed the name to Scratch and PPA, and that is getting on 5.5 years ago, a little bit longer, I believe, right? And Scratch and PPA puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, which is a huge category and genre on YouTube. He pits two lottery tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of other Makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Of course, I missed this week's. Unfortunately, I've been missing a lot of them lately. I have a full-time gig, and I try to get in there, even if I have to either listen in or just peek in. But I have a new gig where I actually don't have a phone with me. They give me a company phone, and I keep only the company phone. That's the one you hear sometimes while we're on Superchat now with the fanfare ringtone. I got to keep it loud so I can hear it while I'm working. But Scratch and PPA will show you what consistency can do. He's been posting every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for almost 5 straight years without missing even 1 week. So he, 99% of the time, premieres. Most of us have seen these before, but if you haven't, I promise you, it's extremely exciting. He has one of the fastest rolling chats that we've seen in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer. So, Tuesday when it was premiering, I can't remember for the life of me who was added today. And what I'm talking about is you'll notice that his thumbnails are bright and colorful, matching his banner and, of course, his beautiful avatar. But he gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series with the little question marks that you see. And then we start to recognize some of the avatars that start showing up on the thumbnails. You get the idea that he's putting a lot of work into this. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production. And he updates his banner every single week, if you can imagine. So presentation has always been at the forefront, pardon me, of this creator's mind. And when we think about what Scratch and PPA is doing in his video series, like I said, he gives us the opportunity to vote on the content, so a lesson can be learned about how to marry in the outside social networks for interactivity, because he's been doing this from the beginning, right? So Scratch and PPA is working on 2,600 subscribers. He's a fellow Canadian. He's actually only a couple hours away from me, but this creator then is able to bring a lot of lottery tickets that I recognize. I actually see these in the stores that I shop in and things like that. And I mentioned today my favorite types of tickets that he brings out are these bingo tickets that actually was a part of. Recognize a lot of these because I see them. Cash for Life is such a great idea, $1,000 a week for life, and they've got a double Cash for Life too. I think he's done that more than once. But these are really interesting to see. But Cashingo looks pretty fun just from the name of it, actually. Scratch and PPA as well expanded the content on his channel a couple years ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos that showed us around all the different areas he visited. And then his he brought us some Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen as well. So I know a lot of people will be excited to see that Scratch and PPA has expanded the content on the channel, including a brand new live stream, or I say brand new, but his first ever live stream. And he brought that to us. I was lucky enough to have been in the chat at the time. I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but again, excited to know that he's expanded the content on the channel so that hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA and push him towards the 2,600 subscribers he's thinking about. Timmy the Racing Channel says the most interesting things in the chat. You're making me laugh. Gloria's Platters here. She's going to do a premiere right after Tuber Chat. And we know there's quite a bit of content going on tonight. I think Jason's got a premiere. Michael's Adventures is on every day at 8 o'clock. I'm in the Eastern time zone with Pete and just Jason Keto. So, I read out the local times. Wolves Den Outdoors is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. when we talk about Wolves Den Outdoors, I thought I was already connected to this channel, but I must be mistaken. It must be the first time we're putting them up on the screen. So what I'm going to do is take this video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. I don't subscribe full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that song. I will give a thumbs up and put the notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. Then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well. I'm sure they do. They've been here many times. And that will help them avoid missing our further live streams. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then I'm doing what I can to race through channels. I'm trying not to go too fast, but we do want to get through as many channels as we can in the next 35 minutes or so. I'll start dropping the link for Gloria's Platters premiere in another 15 minutes. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. This is Nora, and this creator brings a little bit of lottery ticket scratching on their channel. They started with the stock market. They talk a little bit about crypto, but they've really added a lot of content over the years. There's lots of variety. This creator often has product in hand. Interesting to go back and look at some of the talk about stocks years ago. Nvidia obviously has become, I'm not sure if they're the biggest company in the world right this second, but pretty close. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. The markets are just on a roller coaster right this second, but the Stock Explorer can help us make sense of that. As a matter of fact, they bring out a lot of what we call alpha on their posts, community posts, and you can see they've got some members only content, so I'm giving you a little bit of a sneak peek here. But the Stock Explorer added lottery ticket scratching into their channel a couple of years ago, and they have a series called Scratching with Strangers. So they meet people for the first time, they scratch lottery tickets with them, and the people they're talking to have interesting stories for us to hear while they're scratching those tickets. Shorts on this channel feature pure variety. I mentioned that Nora has a lot of variety on the channel already, but this is an example of what a lot of creators do here in the Tuberchat family, having pure variety in the shorts videos, but they've done well here, 3,200, 4,700, and this one still gets views. It's beyond 16,000 now. And then let's spin the wheel, or pardon me, spin the wheel. I'm really tripping over myself today. The Stock Explorer, let's look at live streams, and we see that this creator is live frequently. Now, they don't have a schedule, and Nora does a lot of pop-up live streams. So it could be Stock Talk. It could be help with our YouTube journey. They've been with the Tuberchat family for 5 years as well, and a beloved and dedicated moderator here. They do a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels, and they have a lot of StreamYard panels where they bring on other guests to either have friendly conversations or talk about stocks, sometimes with charts and graphs, and sometimes just a chance to get to know them. When we look at the Stock Explorer's front page, we see that they've got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. This is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned the idea of featuring channels on your front page. I haven't talked about this in a very long time, but this is something you can do with other creators to trade as a favor as well. YouTube gives us tools we can use to dress up our front page, but since they've got another channel, I always recommend featuring it at the bottom of the front page. We do the same on our channel with our copyright-free music channel. Tropical Buzz is where Nora is going to help us understand plant life, which they're going to describe, some of which is already there and some they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida. They put out videos occasionally here, and they've got quite a few shorts about. And then we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel coming up. I know Hilda DC is here. The only stocks you'll be talking about is snacks, says Hilda DC. Let's get Jesse Journals and Unboxes up on the screen. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes dropped a video right before Tuberchat, as a matter of fact, for the purpose of rating. She's actually starting to make even more content. She usually does it on schedule, but she's got more videos right now, which is great to know. So thank you for the raid, first of all, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. It's an incredibly generous thing to do for anyone. I certainly do appreciate it here. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, over the years, she's been with us about 5 years as well. Same amount of time as the Stock Explorer, actually. And she's a beloved and dedicated moderator. This creator has unboxed over the years just about everything that you can. She's got some Happy Mail videos, some haul videos here as well. And a lot of the unboxing videos come from subscription services. She also collaborates with a lot of other creators, and then she shows us the things she creates with a lot of the things that she unboxes. Lately, it's a lot of focus on crafting supplies, so there's a lot of journaling and collages and things of that nature. But over the years, she's, like I said, unboxed so many different things. When we go into the shorts, we see a lot of the things featured that she finds in the unboxing videos. There's washi tape, there's bath and beauty products, there's stationery, there's snacks, there's jewelry, there's all kinds of different things. And like I said, she's posting frequently. Now, Jesse Journals and Unboxes goes live occasionally, but she always has a flood of support in her channel whenever she does. She is working on 2,700 subscribers. And like I said, she's been with us for years. But the interesting thing about Jesse Journals and Unboxes is her support for all of us has increased over those years. And that's a really tough thing when we are following more and more creators, eventually dozens, eventually hundreds, and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with her and get some of that support coming back to you. Matt and Mouse is coming up. Impiwara, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Let's see what Matt and Mouse has got going on. And I'm just trying to rifle through channels here because I have a feeling today's going to end up turning into what will have been a record day. Matt and Mouse is up on the screen right now. We were first introduced to them just over a year ago with Just Jason Keto when they did a special live stream. And Jason's intention was to introduce us to some creators of YouTube channels that have had impact on him and his YouTube journey. They called it a Homestead Hangout. And Matt and Mouse was there. They've been in the Superchat family ever since. And they have a really interesting channel, and I've been taken away with this right from the beginning. They have a wonderful chemistry between the two of them. They have a beautiful cabin in the woods and not too far from the water. This is about 149 square feet, if I understand right. You wonder to yourself, how on earth could they make this cozy and comfortable? But this video right here from 3 months ago tells you, can we sleep 4 adults in 149 square feet? We're going to find out. And then they do a lot of building and additions outside. They're facing a lot of different trials and tribulations, if we want to put it that way. Things like internet connections and the ideas of keeping all the supplies that you need in a cabin like this. I see they're doing some members only content, which is great also, but these are a couple of dynamic creators. I'm sure everybody will enjoy their content, and they've been generous and loyal and dedicated supporters here ever since, like I said, just over a year ago with that live stream with Just Jason Keto. Shorts over here have gotten into 1,500, 1,600, 1,700 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. They've done a couple of these. I was really upset to have missed the one from a month ago because they only do these occasionally, but here's their version of that Homestead Hangout where they were on. There's Jason, of course, and a couple of other channels join them. But hopefully everybody will connect with them, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I Am Betty J Gathers is here. She's another beloved and dedicated moderator. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to get a couple names onto the wheel. I should have done this like forever ago. And Glorious Platter, we looked at your channel at the beginning of the stream today, by the way. I just watched a couple of her videos before we got started. I usually watch a video or two from every channel before we start a Tuber Chat episode so I can see what they've been up to lately, just in case I'm behind. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So I got Vintage Style by Joe on the wheel right now. Martin Miller 105 I'm going to put on there as well. I know they were here right from the beginning of the stream. And pardon me while my copy and paste doesn't want to work as smoothly as I would like for it to. What we're looking at right now is Palazzo Place. And this creator, this is Jen, and she's going to bring us a couple of things, including some interesting weather from Florida that can literally change on a snap. And you'll get that idea when you get through a few of these videos. She's got her furry friend that's featured in most of the videos as well. And quite a few shorts. And some of these, even the latest ones, are doing really well. Look at these. These are like 2 out of 3 of the latest ones have over 1,000 views. When we hit the popular tab, we see some of these are doing even better. 2,200, 2,700, 4,200. And Palazzo Place is now at 845 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 1,000 we know she's going to be thinking about. And then I'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Create and Relate is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on. A lot of creativity on this channel. They bring us a lot of product reviews, so it's a good mix of creativity from the creator, meaning with traditional art type of creativity, and then product reviews, unboxings, and things like that of a lot of the things that they use for that creativity. Thank you very much. My lovely accomplice is delivering baked goods while we stream right here. So look at this glorious, I don't even know what this is, but it looks like a chocolate. I'm not sure if it's chocolate chip. I think it's just...
It's a hot chocolate cookie with a toasted marshmallow.
Hot chocolate cookie with a toasted marshmallow on top, if you can imagine. My dear goodness. And this is what I've been coming home to just about every day for, it feels like months, but let's just say weeks. She's been baking up a storm.
It's
so
the moderator cookie too.
Oh, well, I'm not going to tell anybody that. So if you didn't hear it, it's not a spoiler alert then. Create and Relate is up on the screen. And this is a creator, like I said, that's bringing us a lot of creativity and product reviews. Some of the product reviews they do, though, might be related to our YouTube journeys. They've got a couple of cameras here. They've got some lighting. There's a hard drive. I've talked about this many times because we get back to the idea of hopefully backing up our content. And just making a note for myself because I wish I had already made a video about that to show everybody how to back up their content. If you already know how, I hope everybody gets on that. We heard about one of our dear friends losing a channel today. I'm praying to God they get it back, but that's just grasping at straws. I've got 7 stacks on the wheel, and Be Amazing Sylvia Blessings is here. There's our dear friend. I played a clip from her episode of the upcoming episode of our interview series. I'm still editing. I don't know how I haven't got it done in all these months, but I'm still struggling to find time to finish that, but I will eventually get it done. Be Amazing Sylvia helped us understand how to get over 10,000 subscribers. She's well beyond that now. Hobbytown Chili and Koi, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And let's see what Create and Relate has got going on for shorts on the channel. They're obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. Shorts feature a little bit of variety, but they've gotten into 1,000 views, 1,400. Bit of engagement there, you see from the titles and thumbnails, and then live streams on the channel. So it's been a while since they've done these. They did a special one for Halloween, but they were doing a few of these with some diamond painting and other creativity. And then Create and Relate has 625 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 700 we know that they're thinking about. Juliet Edens is back on the wheel. Martin Miller 105. This is going to be the first time we're looking at this channel, I believe. I think they've been here from the beginning of the stream as well. So let's see what they got going on. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. This is a brand new channel for us. Actually, it's a brand new channel in general with 10 subscribers right now. We'd love to get them a few more. Every milestone is exciting while you're getting your first 100, right? When you get to 10 subscribers, 20, 30, 40, 50. So maybe we can get them solidifying that 10 subscribers right now and moving towards 20. I see they got a premiere coming up, and I've got a notification on for that. It's a New Year's song, it looks like, from the Suno system. They've got a perfect welcome video here to give us an idea of what they're going to do on the channel. I've put that in my watch later list. Now again, I don't subscribe or watch videos while I live stream, but what I'll do after the stream is watch my watch later list. I've got a few videos in there now, but I will watch your video in full, leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of your introduction to your channel. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. You never know how long it's going to take to come up on the screen after you get onto the wheel, and I am Betty J Gathers joined us recently, and that's an interesting thumbnail with Wes there. Canadian Family Life has done interview with I am Betty J Gathers that makes me think about all the collaborations they've been doing. Where was Canadian Family Life's? I think we see it when we look at Tiffany's channel. There it is right there. I am Betty J Gathers has done tons of live streaming with conversations with creators, including myself. We talked for about an hour and a half about YouTube, about our friendship, about our feelings about moderators, and some of the intricate details of our YouTube journey, if that makes any sense. She's had lots of guests on the channel, and I am Betty J Gathers is another truly dynamic host. You can see she's always smiling, always laughing. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's streaming as well, and she brings us into her life and into her home with a lot of vlogging on the channel, a lot of talk about healthy living, healthy eating, intermittent fasting. She's basically living her best life over 60, and this creator might take us out on adventures, out on the road, vlogging in the truest sense of the style, and then shorts on the channel as well. I am Betty J Gathers has been known to post over 365 shorts in a row. She continues posting shorts today. You'll notice that some of these at 7, 8, 9, and 10,000 views feature just the creator herself, which is pretty unique, at least in the Superchat family. Many more shorts have done extremely well for her. She's got one at 36,000, one at 40,000, one at 56,000, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with I am Betty J Gathers and push her towards the 3,700 subscribers we know she's thinking about now. Now I'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel on the screen. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then, pardon me, I'm just looking at something on another screen. Actually, why don't we do this? We'll just take a quick break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. And then Glorious Platter, thank you. Yeah, but almost a half an hour from now, if you don't mind, because I'm struggling not to go overtime right this second. But I'm snapping through channels as fast as I can here, so we'll try to keep it going. I know Hunting and Stuff with J&J is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel. She's here, Stacks might not be here. And then, pardon me, who am I looking for here? Jody Genealogy, I think, is probably still with us. But just please let me know if you're still here. And then we're talking about Hunting and Stuff with J&J right now. Yeah, that's even fine. Thank you, Gloria's Platter. Hunting is... And pardon me, Gloria, how long is your video? I'm just curious to know. And I'm hoping you have a 5-minute intro on it. And forgive my demands. But I'm just curious, and I'm racing today. It's kind of overwhelming today. Hunting and Stuff with J&J, my dear goodness, is actually getting close to 8,000 subscribers, which is great to see. So Hunting and Stuff with J&J has quite a bit of a little bit of information on the about section, but they've been at this a long time. Hunting videos, stuff with guns, cooking videos, live streaming, and prepping, and gear reviews as well. Prepping, of course, meaning preparedness. Often self-defense comes with things like that. We saw that earlier from Black Guns and Gardens. I can see that I'm behind with your videos. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Later the better, Gloria's Platter, please. 8:15 Eastern, if you don't mind. We'll go for an extra 15 minutes. Shorts on this channel. Let's just see how they're doing. Hopefully I'm not having trouble with the internet now. 700 views, almost 800 views, one over 1,200 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Seems it's been a while since they've done a live stream, but we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. So if they're going to do more of these, we'll be ready for them. But Hunting and Stuff with J&J, they've been loyal and dedicated supporters. I'm forgetting how long. Look at this. There are 900 videos on the channel in total as well. They've been at this since maybe 2017. Yeah, so they might have been with us for even longer than I think, my dear goodness. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel onto the screen in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then Coach Julia Edens is up on the screen right now. And this is a creator that's fairly new to us here in the Tuber Chat family. They've just passed 4,100 subscribers, which is great to see. They've got a special, is that a live stream coming up? Yeah, they've got a couple of these. I'm going to put the notifications on for all of these. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they are premieres or live streams, regardless of start time, because that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we hit every signal of engagement or interest for the YouTube algorithm and recommendation engine. So Coach Juliet Edens, I've been able to catch live. Now, I've only been there for a little while in each of these streams, so I've got to catch you for one where I can sit. Often when I'm on a computer, I'm spending time like working. So what I do is I come in, I say hello, and I let the stream run, but I might be concentrating on another screen. So I'm going to try to get in there and spend some time and have conversation. I know Coach Juliet Eden said nice things about Tuber Chat when I was in there last. and I appreciate that, of course. Shorts on this channel have gotten into now, look at these, 1,900 views, 9,100 views, 9,200 views on another one. Some of this AI stuff is really actually working well. It's really impressive. I know I say the same things all the time, but it is truly impressive how some of these AI systems have improved even just over a year. We've only been talking about this stuff for less than 2 years. The first one I used was Jasper AI. I think I used a couple of years ago, but ChatGPT, I got on the bandwagon with everybody, and I'm using it every day. I experiment with all of them, but my goodness, are people able to come up with some serious fun stuff. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen in another second. We'll get to, I forgot to remove hunting and stuff with J&J. So we're one channel ahead, but I'll spin again. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I was mentioned that earlier today. Some of us don't know how he does it, but Scratch and PPA literally seems to be everywhere all the time. You know, supporting other people. I do as much as I can, and I still, like, there's no way to keep up, because he's literally, like, in, I don't know how many different things at a time. We joke, I actually don't know how many he's got running at a time. I do 4, because I'm able to keep a second screen on, and what I do is I line up the windows basically like this. So you see, like, you can actually have 4 windows all going at the same time here, basically, right? And but it's possible to do much more. There's ways to have 6, there's ways to have 8. What I have done with my monitors is the monitors that I use are not expensive at all. They're actually the cheapest brand new ones I could find for like $100 each. Keep in mind I'm in Canada, so they're like $70 monitors, right? But the computer obviously is a Mac, and it's nice and beefy with a lot of RAM and stuff like that, so I can do anything that I want on it. But my vision, obviously with my glasses and everything, I couldn't see better than 4K anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that's how some of us are able to get that much done. And then I know a lot of people are using other devices. I think we all probably forget how many older devices we might have around. I just found at least one iPhone 4S the other day. I think I had 2 of them. And then I think I found even another phone the other day just going through stuff. So, Hilda DC, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. I missed her premiere. I missed Pete's as well, but these creators have been connected. All of our moderators are dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. So when you visit any of them for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members, the same way we do here in Superchat. Same goes for Gloria's Platters premiere that's coming up in another 20 minutes from now. I'll start dropping the link for that in about 15 minutes, pardon me. When we look at what Hilda DC is doing on her channel, she's been bringing a lot of variety lately, like this drive to Hartford, Connecticut. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, make sure I catch up with her. This creator has been known for a lot of cooking videos, home cooking, and a lot of interesting food combinations or reviews, which are interesting to somebody like me, because like I keep saying, I'm in Canada, so I don't get to see all the flavors and products that come out for our American friends especially. Sometimes Hilda DC will take us outdoors or give us a story to be told. This creator also does shorts on the channel, and these feature variety like most creators, but getting into 2,700, 2,900, 6,200 views, and one breakout short at 47,000, which is great to see. Then live streams on the channel as well, where Hilda DC is going live occasionally, but this creator will either be cooking or giving us a product review, possibly taking us outdoors. And she goes live occasionally, but she'll have a flood in her live chat of support, similar to what I talked about with the Stock Explorer or Jesse Journals and Unboxes or Scratch and PPA. Because of the support that she gives to other people, Hilda DC is known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 8.5 years on YouTube. She has positive affirmations that flow throughout her content, usually from the creator herself, often with special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case. And you can read more about her on her About section, and her banner gives us an idea of some of the interesting things that she's doing, but she's been a dear friend of at least 5 years by now. Be Amazing Sylvia is coming up, one of our longest standing members, and this is one of the creators that joined me for our interview series. Her episode is still upcoming. The internet, when we were trying to talk, was just atrocious. And trying to edit the video, all of the audio is off, but it's not as simple as just taking the audio and moving it all a little bit. Something was really going on, so I have to edit it's not every sentence, but close to it. So that's my excuse for why it's taking so long, but eventually we'll get it done. Luckily, we got a couple of clips. We heard from her earlier today, but this creator is now approaching 14,000 subscribers. And when we look at Be Amazing Sylvia, she's got a lot of variety on her channel, but she's been at this since before we even started as Superchat. So this creator, like I said, is one of our longest standing members, but she's very knowledgeable about all things YouTube and has always been helping people grow. And here's a promo actually for a live stream series that she does with a few other creators. Variety on her channel could mean outdoor adventures. It could mean family time. It could be stories to be told. It could be indoors or outdoors. It could be her business where she's helping people with weight loss. I've got her latest video on my catch-up list right now so that I can get caught up with her. But she hooked into a formula a couple of years ago that's worked out really, really well for her. And you see some of these shorts are now at 250,000 views, 264,000, 681,000, 763,000 views, 763,000 views on these shorts. She's done plenty of them and continues those today occasionally. This creator also has a live stream series where she helps people connect, and I've mentioned it before, but it's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect. We do the things the way we do on this channel because we've been doing it for 5.5 years. But Be Amazing Sylvia, like I said, is knowledgeable in all things YouTube, so she can help you understand how to connect with things like shorts or other methods and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Be Amazing Sylvia. She brings out these live streams regularly. And then she's got a second channel, and this is called Sylvia's Daily Positivity. She started this channel with her daughter. They did several videos together, and then Sylvia's Daily Positivity expanded into more motivation and inspiration in these shorts videos. And you can see that some of these have moved now into 1,700 views, 3,100 views, which is great to see. You see Sylvia is always smiling, always laughing, a truly dynamic creator. We'll hear more from her. We hear from her regularly here in Tuber Chat because I play clips from her interview series, or from her interview episode, but eventually I'll get that episode out, so we have that to look forward to, and I'm hoping to do some more as we continue on. And then Crafty Witch 232 is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So thank you everybody for your patience today, because I'm tripping a little bit over the handles in the chat. We've had some interesting activity in the channel today, and an overwhelming live stream. It's always busy here. Might be interesting to know that we usually have an average of anywhere from 70 to over 100 channels that will come through. Every day there's brand new channels in the chat, and every day there's people who've been with us from the beginning, everywhere in between, and I appreciate all of it. But today I'm racing through channels a little bit faster than I usually do towards the end. We still got a few to go, and it's time for me to drop the link for Gloria's Platters premiere. She's going to be going on in another 15 minutes from now. Actually, Jason's might already be on. Michael's Adventures for sure is on. And so we'll have lots of content to watch after Tuber Chat. There's the link for Be Amazing Sylvia. Sorry, pardon me. See, I'm tripping over myself. There's the link for Gloria's Platters premiere. I've pinned it so everybody can get to it easily. And then, there's Butler Family Farm. They don't care to be on the wheel at all tonight. Pardon me. I hope that's only for good reason. I hope that's just because we've been on for 3 hours already and not for any other reason. I had a message from somebody telling me how awful Tuber Chat is and how I should be doing things differently. And it's not like it's not the 100th time I've heard that kind of thing, but yeah, how I should be more helpful and things like that. It's always amusing to hear from especially friends that are having breakdowns over Tuber Chat and things like that. Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen right now. Andy's live just about every day. This creator is actually doing a lot of crochet and other creativity. They let us know they actually craft in a lot of different ways. They do cross stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, a lot of sewing on the channel. Now there's a couple of dozen videos here for us to see, and you get an idea of a lot of what they're making. I've seen mostly 3D printing and crochet from this creator, but a little more cross-stitch lately. I've even seen them take a day and play a video game as a live stream. When we get into shorts on the channel, you see a lot of the pop culture references that have really done well for this creator, and I came to know after months of knowing Crafty Witch 232 that they sell what they make, and this is the reason why they're making so much all the time, which is, pardon me, really cool to know. When we get into shorts on the channel, we see that these have done really well, and some of them have gotten into 10,000 views, 14,000, or pardon me, oh goodness, 10,000 views, 14,000 views, yes, and then live streams. Like I said, Andy's on almost every day. I saw her, thank you, Scratch and PPA again. She mentioned, Scratch and PPA helped me remember that she was on Greenland Quilter Katie's live stream, and I think it was yesterday. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm tripping over everything. Plus, Butler Family Farm, you know, is the most amazing thing, by the way, is that we have handles in our chat now, and today's the first day. So you can imagine that I've been tripping because not everybody's name is quite exact. And pausing and all that kind of thing. And it's been overwhelming today. But thank you for that. Butler Family Farm is everybody's BFF. I do appreciate the generosity. I usually wouldn't, but I will take you up on the offer. I'm racing through channels right now. Butler Family Farm's live on Monday. We're actually going to crash right into them this week again, but it should be another 3 weeks before that happens again. Crafty Witch 232 is working on 4,700 subscribers. Now, I believe there's 2 reasons for this, maybe 3. First reason is because this creator's doing vertical live streams pretty much every day. They do them for hours at a time, so they give plenty of time for people to come in and enjoy the stream. They've been at this so consistently that they've got a dedicated audience that likes to join them, and they do a good job of keeping up with the chat while they're doing it. The vertical live streams help, but Crafty Witch 232 is out there supporting other people all the time. They were here in the chat today. They're here with us for almost every stream, and I see them when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams in dozens of other channels all the time as well. I probably run into them every day. I was just about to say Canadian Family Life is having the the longest wait today. Vintage Style by Joe, I put on the wheel I don't know how long ago. I know it's always late, but Vintage Style by Joe has been so supportive here. I just wanted to make sure I got that channel specifically. And then we looked at Martin Miller, who was brand new today, because I know they've been with us from the beginning as well. We always get to at least a couple of channels from our chat list, and brings us a family channel where literally the whole family gets involved. They do a lot of different things. They do food bank grocery hauls, which is the latest video I'm going to catch up with. They do product reviews, and those have been more and more lately. They do cooking, they do baking, they do vlogging. They've got an impeccable container garden that I often have talked about. You see a little bit more of that from her husband's channel, Chris's Creation Fun, where he brings us product reviews, he brings us 3D printing, solar equipment work, and do-it-yourself videos is what I meant to say. And he works on the grow lights for that container garden that I'm talking about. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 5,500 views, 5,600 views. You see more of that winter weather. Of course, in Canada, we have all 4 seasons. And then Canadian Family Life has got live streams. Tiffany can go live basically whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in her chat. I've talked about that kind of thing before. One of the biggest things about this channel's growth, especially in its first year, was the fact that Tiffany was featured on so many other creator StreamYard panels, and she's out every day supporting other people. I probably run into her regularly as well. And then, Butler Family Farm. I'm sure Susan is going to keep an eye on that for you. But that is a bit much. I mean, a lot of people here will know better than I do what it's like, what the numbers are when it starts to get like urgent. We have that's why you were there in the hospital last week. Yeah. Hopefully they can help you take care of that. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Without getting into detail, I was with somebody in the hospital while they were having a heart attack. It's the reason that we went or whatever. And they're fine. They got through it, no problem, and everything else. And that was when I understood, a heart attack's not something that happens over a small amount of time. It happens longer. And obviously Butler Family Farm's nowhere near that drastic of a situation with a number like that. But the only reason I even understood the numbers at the time was this person had the thing hooked up where the number is on the screen, and another nurse walked by and said, "Oh my God, is that real?" I was like, oh dear. But it worked out fine. And I've come to understand that things like blood pressure and high heart rates and things like that don't necessarily always mean a cardiac event or anything like that. So forgive me for getting into too much detail. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm sure I am. But Butler Family Farm obviously is a strong character. Most of us know him well, and his wife Susan. They've been married 41 years. They've got 116 acres of farmland on their channel that they share with us, and Butler Family Farm's here just about every day. So hopefully you're doing what you need to take care. And I would say to anybody, please don't delay going to the hospital if it looks like it's something that might be needed. I myself actually had, I don't have a real urgent issue or anything like that, but I have been told I got to watch my blood pressure. It was a little bit high, and it prompted me to do a tutorial on my personal channel where I taught everybody how to make a blood pressure log with a spreadsheet. So you never know where these ideas are going to come from. So pardon me, Chris's Creation Fun is Tiffany's husband's channel. And like I said, the whole family is involved in his channel. When we get to Chris's Creation Fun, though, he's expecting to put out videos hopefully every other week. He's doing product... Oh, I did say product reviews, yes, because he was talking about the battery the other day. And this creator, like I said, is doing 3D printing. They're doing work on solar equipment, the lights for the container garden, for instance. And then do-it-yourself videos is what I had meant to mention. But Chris is helping with product reviews on Tiffany's channel, which is Canadian Family Life. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. And forgive me, everybody, today for the ridiculous things I might be saying while I trip over myself. I'm racing as fast as I can. Obviously, I've got every excuse in the world behind me today with the handles and whatnot. And I appreciate the help from our moderators as well. You know, Scratch and PPA tries to always be on the case, and I know our moderators are always watching to help as well. Thank you for our friends listening in the background as well. Vintage Doll by Joe is up on the screen. This is another channel I was taken away with right away when they started coming into the Tuber Chat live streams, and we started looking at their channel. You can see how many videos I've watched here. This creator does really interesting creative things, often with scraps, not always, but often with scraps of materials and fabrics, and she's been known to make really elaborate, vibrant, colorful things. She can take ordinary things around the house and turn them into wonderful, vibrant, colorful items with a personal touch, let's just say. She really got the jump on a lot of Christmas content and even some autumn content as well. Here's an example. There's a quilt. I think she said that took like 500 pieces. Here's a pillow that I complimented repeatedly, actually, because and I think she said this took 150 pieces or something like that. I'm trying to get it to roll over. I'm trying to like click on the line to get it to move, and it won't. I usually don't watch videos, but let me see if I can get this here. There it is right there. Look at this pillow. Right? That's just an example, and she's done other things. One of her latest videos was another pillow. This one right here. But she's constantly showing people really interesting things you can make. She gets into things like mug rugs or mug runners, and she gets into Christmas ornaments. These trees that we see here, so we'll see what she's going to do with the latest one, Christmas coasters, I see in the title there. And then, forgive me, live streams are coming up in a second. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,800, 2,600 views, 1,500 views. She's got plenty of these on the way towards 3,000. Then live streams on the channel as well. So she's live frequently. I haven't caught her in a few weeks, so forgive me. I'm not sure if it's because of my work schedule that I'm not catching you, but I've got notifications on. And then if there's anybody has special event live streams, milestones, anniversaries, things like that, feel free to message me if you'd like. And then Lisa J. Stocks is in the house. Good to see you here. She's going to help us make sense of the markets that I said were on a roller coaster. I'm going down with the ship. I was telling a friend of mine today, I go, the crypto markets are just in a disaster. I go, and it's not looking very pleasant from what I've been hearing the last day or two. We might be in for a very long hibernation mode. So I've kind of got my mind in that area. There's Ryan, PK Adventure Travels, Ryan and Mel together. I saw Ryan this morning with the usual suspects with Eddie Lugo Studios, I think, and The Astute Tourist, if I'm not mistaken, on the morning show. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Gloria's Platter, her premiere's probably already started there. I'm going to come over right after we're finished here, but I'm going to get through the next couple of channels. And I'm not going to... yeah, no marshmallow cookies during the live stream, maybe. I'm going to not play the extra for today. I won't play the last song. And forgive me, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, we're just going to get to the next two channels. And forgive me, I'm just going to beg for Lisa J. Stocks and Ryan and Mel's forgiveness while I skip their channels for today, because we're already 15 minutes over time. Gloria's Platter has a premiere we want to get over there, and my voice is just about done for today. A Simple Family Lifestyle is up on the screen. They are bringing us lifestyle content, recipes, food vlogs, and a little bit more with some motivation and inspiration mixed in. You can see some of the delicious looking things that they're making here. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into, let's just see, 2,000 views on a couple of them, 3,700 on another one, 2,500 on another one, which is great to see. chicken avocado salad looks like a great idea. But we can see a lot of delicious stuff on the channel. A Simple Family Lifestyle has another account as well. They've been making some unattended live streams. These are meant for people to kind of trickle in and out of, with pleasing audio, pleasing visuals to go along with it. And then A Simple Family Lifestyle 2 is their other account, and they've just got this started right now, a few shorts, and it looks like they're doing some more live streams similar to what we saw on the other channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. A Simple Family Lifestyle is here with us just about every day. So is Lisa J. Stock. So is PK Adventure Travels. And I appreciate everybody's support. I'll try to remember this so that the next time I do have your channel on, I'll put a little more focus. Ryan's got 2 channels, actually. Ryan and Mel from PK Adventure Travels. Ryan set up a separate channel as well. Hobbytown Chili and Koi is up here. It's been a while, but I see that you've got a video from a couple months ago I haven't seen, so I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. There are 123 subscribers right now, but we'd love to push them towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. When we get into shorts, we see that they've gotten into 500, 600, on the way to 700 views, one over 3,800, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they've done quite a few of these up to about 6 months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring them back. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. It's been a very overwhelming Friday. I appreciate all the generosity from everyone, your patience while I trip over those handles, but we'll get that under control within a couple of streams, I'm sure. It's Me. Alec has been a longtime friend as well. He knows us here in the Superchat family. He knows our moderators. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. They help me make this look easy, but I promise you we wouldn't be able to do things as smoothly as we do if it wasn't for their help. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. Thank you to our friends in the background who are listening and peeking in and driving and doing all the different things our friends do. I really do appreciate every moment. And It's Me. Alec is a friend who's been with us for many years, a very enthusiastic creator. So he's been through a few channels as well. He's got videos occasionally. He puts out some shorts that have done really well, getting into 1,400, 1,500 views, and then live streams where this creator does a lot of panels and has a lot of friends come up and have conversations of different types. The conversation can go anywhere on this channel. So thank you again, everyone. Let's make it quick.